late night. So I copy my fucking thing here. Oh. All right. Play some music. Okay. God damn it! I gotta get used to like not having the pop filter. It's fucking me up. Yeah, I put the little black thing on here.
Oh, you have a little muffle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So here we are.
Yeah.
It's been like a good week since Wakanda. Yeah. What? No, a week.
No, it hasn't even been a week, has it?
Not yet. It'll be a week. It'll be a week. It'll be a week since I seen on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah. My whole like day schedule thing's all fucked up. Working at 3:30 in the morning, come home, take a nap, and wake up, and it feels like another day.
I work overnight, so trust me, I know how that shit feels. So who wants to go first?
I never watched the movie.
You never watched it? Yeah, you liar. You fucking liar. Jeff left.
Imagine if I never watched it.
I'd be so fucking mad. It was a joke. I'd be so fucking mad.
I want to say it was a great movie experience sitting outside the movie theater.
Protecting. Yeah, you gave your ticket to a black family. Like that one chick said.
75% of the theater was white.
Dude, I wish. So I watched TikToks this shit. I'm like, bro, my theater was whack, bro. My theater was so fucking whack. I had like 3 guys dressed in like African setup and shit, and at the end of the movie, like, what kind of forever? I was like, yeah, and that was it. Like nobody, like, there was no emotion in the crowd. Like, this card sucks. Like when Killmonger, I mean, spoilers, when Killmonger shows up, fucking nobody like reacted. I was like, yeah. Okay.
Well, I think a majority of it had to do with the fact that a lot of people probably saw this and was like, because of the beginning, because they had the moment of silence for Chad.
Nah, people were fucking on TikTok and shit. If you look at like the Killmonger reel, people were fucking flipping out when Killmonger came out.
Well, yeah, no.
My theater
like
sucked.
The majority of people being white probably saw it and was like, man, okay, this is like a dedicated movie, so it's like moment of silence, and like nobody had any reaction. Like the only time there was actually like anything said in our theater was when people were actually laughing at the jokes. Yeah,
my theater was a regular. It was so weird because like I'm used to that crowd for like when movies are when they've been out for a while, like been out for a few days. But mine was like, like I got it out. Mine was a midnight, midnight premiere of it, and like everywhere was quiet, which that's cool. I mean, I enjoy the silence, so I could watch and listen. But it was just weird.
White people talking throughout the whole thing.
I don't want to keep saying white people, bro. What the fuck?
Dude, I'm just happy I didn't sit next to a little kid crying.
What's up, Diggs?
Yeah.
That sucks.
I mean, my preference is usually more quiet movies. I think there's like kind of a moment for it, and I think that's my theater is pretty like normal, Like,
yeah, mine was too.
Not like loud or like
Mine was too. So. Which was weird because the last movie I saw in theaters from Marvel was Multiverse of Madness, No Way Home. People were freaking out for those, and then this one was quiet, which I get it. I mean, people wanted to, they just wanted to watch the movie and shit. Plus, it was fucking heavy. It was very fucking emotional.
Yeah.
But
it's a fucking heavy movie,
dude. So I didn't expect them let's just talk about the movie now. I expect them to like actually. They didn't show him dying, but they showed the moment he died. You know what I mean? It was heartbreaking. That was heavy, bro. That was crazy. And
it was like the first 10-15 minutes of just pure sadness.
It was the first I mean you had him dying, and then you had
Shuri freaking the fuck out trying to
and then he died, and then you had his funeral. Well, no, then you had the Marvel intro, which That-
That
was the moment of silence.
that was.
Dude.
Oh,
Like
man.
all you heard was like sniffles and like nothing was being said but sniffles,
You
dude.
didn't even hear sniffles in our theater, bro.
Yeah,
it was pitch quiet.
Oh, you heard
Mine
me?
was like,
I was sniffling. I don't give a fuck. I'll admit, I'm a bitch. I was sniffling. I was like,
nah, I had tears in my eyes at that point.
Bro.
I was like,
But
yo,
I started the
it's like,
water
damn.
up, but like I didn't want to move, so the person next to me was like, "This motherfucker's quiet."
Dude, I sat there for a second. I thought, man, did the audio of the movie just break or something?
nah.
It was playing, and then it clicked, and it was like, oh, it's just all him. Okay.
Oh, Chadwick. Oh man, that was great. That was powerful. Then this funeral scene, dude. It was like the way. So we all know he died at IRL, right?
Yeah.
He died?
But he died so suddenly. Like we didn't like. It was just crazy. Like there was someone on TikTok, King Lion, I think his name is. He was like, because someone was like, oh, I just find it, really weird and disrespectful that Marvel used Chadwick's death to, blah blah blah. And they're like, nah, like, first of all, he did the Ryan Coogler, got his wife's permission, his family's permission to do that shit like that. They actually greenlit the whole thing, right? And on top of that,
So,
it was like our way of saying goodbye to him. 'Cause, we never got a chance to say, we never, like, he just died so quick. You know what I mean?
Died out of the blue.
Well, the only way people knew that like he was on his deathbed was when it was like
He was not. Yeah, no, we know. So like,
I didn't even know he
was-
was in the hospital until after he was dead.
I had no idea, bro. I
it was
just
like, it was like 2 to 3 days where it then just started the trend that he was like, hey, I'm in the hospital, and now he's dead.
yeah, I didn't even know that shit, dude. It was I just found out he died. I was like, what the fuck? It's like it was like the fans' way. It was like Ryan Coogler and his family to give a chance to say goodbye to him. Like I just start coughing. I just imagine Chadwick Boseman there. I was like, fuck. Like that shit hit, man. That shit hard.
I think it was like for me because I obviously like I went with like my brother and a friend of mine, actually a couple friends of mine, and like I think it was heavy because of the situation, but not heavy-handed. Like it wasn't like no one was
Forced.
like sad. Everybody was like celebrating. It was like
Oh yeah.
it was like very much like because this kind of goes with like what I noticed the theme of the whole movie is just kind of like not just breaking the traditional like Marvel formula, but also like breaking the tradition of like having like sad moments and just having films that are just like, because this was a movie dedicated to him, but it breaks the tradition of a movie fully dedicated, like without like it
I noticed.
being so like, oh, we have to remember Chadwick at every point in time and be sad all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, super important.
And also about like a celebration. It coincides with like what T'Challa said in Civil War. He was like, death is just the beginning. I mean, this is just now when you die, you're in the celestial plane, you get to run with your family, blah, blah, you get to run with your ancestors, whatever. So like it's a celebration. I think even like one of the Wakanda scriptures, I watched a video that said that like thank you for letting us have T'Challa. Basically, like his time here was just borrowed. Now he's where he belongs.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool.
It was very much, at least the beginning scenes were very much in remembrance of him without being like too depressing, like trying to like give the audience.
Yeah, I mean, the fucking that soundtrack was hitting, bro.
Oh my god.
The funeral scene. I was like, yeah, I fuck with this.
It was. They did a phenomenal job with the soundtrack. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, they sort of had to, because I mean, with the first one, Kendrick Lamar just.
I mean, yeah, the first one was good, but this one, it's just. I think the first one was better because Kendrick Lamar was not every single fucking. It was a Kendrick but
Yeah.
this one, it's more. It follows your traditional like soundtrack, but it was such good music. You guys want to talk more about the funeral scene, or?
And
I think
hate
there's really
them
not
for
much.
panning to the mural that everybody already saw, and then they have that in the movie, and it's like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mural. Ah man, it's. I think the mural said something like King T'Challa is forever with us, something like that, some shit like that. He's forever with us, or something like that. I forgot what it was.
It's
Yeah,
just rough because it's like also the second mural that you see, because we saw Iron Man and Spider Man,
Yeah.
yeah,
but then this
yeah.
one hits harder because
Yeah, he's
passed
actually
away Iron
that.
Man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But what do you think
So-
about them not recasting T'Challa for this movie?
I think it was good.
Big brain.
I'm a little mixed on it, but I'll explain. It's not because of Chad. I don't know. I'll explain after. Because
Okay.
there's a part of it that,
There's a whole bunch of arguments for this, why people are against it, and I'm interested. But yeah, okay. Yeah, that was a heavy scene. But then we get the cool. Then we get some badass Dora Milaje shit at the fucking the outreach center when they were trying to break in to get vibranium.
It just shows
Oh,
how
yeah.
dumb.
And then and then Ramonda with her fucking speeches to UN, like just
dude, that was OD. Like,
that shit was
literally,
good.
like, it's in the middle of the conversation, and she's talking about like, oh, foreign powers, and they're like, oh, Wakanda has a responsibility to like trade fucking
Share
Vibranium.
share resources,
Share
all this
resources.
stuff.
Nah,
And like,
T'Challa-
there was a
T'Challa-
whole set of, oh my
yeah.
God.
So when I first watched it, I was like, why are you asking for vibranium? I'm pretty sure T'Challa never mentioned like he's gonna fucking use the resources to help, but he wasn't giving you guys fucking vibranium. What the fuck?
Yeah, he
There's no fucking way.
It's the grasp for fucking power, dude.
It's a grasp for power. But I love how like they're having that conversation, and then you have in between takes, you have like them the Dora Milaje fighting the army, whatever, right? They're kicking ass. That's fucking great.
The mercenaries, yeah.
Yeah. And then finally you realize, oh, this happened a while ago, and they have their prisoners right now. And they walk in in the door, and then Okay's like, "You're welcome" in French. Like, damn.
Yo, oh my, that
And then the Queen was like, "Bruh, if you guys come back again, it's on, bro. It's on. It's on site. If you come back, it's on site. We're going to war. Like you don't want the smoke. You don't want these hands, bro. You don't want the hands."
They didn't even say it was gonna be war. Like, they were just gonna annihilate them. Like,
Yeah, they were just like,
gonna-
they're like, she was like, if you come back, basically, if you come back in, we'll see it as an act of aggression. Like,
Yeah.
she didn't say word, like it's an act of aggression, and then we will deal with it as such. It's like, well, she said,
Just realized that Wakanda has the power to basically just annihilate them and take them off.
she said, fuck her.
Which
They did
in
know
the
about it.
comics, like, which in
They
the
did know
comics, a
about
lot of people, like, I guess, it's not just like, oh, Wakanda's like this, haven of like African American culture, kind of like in how it's based off of, like, it's an actually legitimate powerhouse, like, it
Yeah.
legitimately, like,
100%.
carries vibranium. It's had vibranium for like ever.
They
Like,
used
it has a
it.
huge amount of money. Like, it's a old, it's a
They-
culture. Like, it's a whole thing.
They used the vibranium to like throughout the years to advance their technology. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, they
Like, way beyond. Like,
you don't want to fuck with them. But then, like, I wonder in the future, because obviously Val, we know, is gonna go after that vibranium, go after Wakanda now. I I heard Thunderbolts and Captain America 4 are gonna deal with that whole struggle with vibranium. I heard.
I mean,
Because Val is involved in Thunderbolts, right? And then Captain America 4, I'm not sure what it's gonna be about. I heard it's gonna be a Hulk-centric film, or like the Hulk focused, or like Hulk characters. But then now we have like the rumor of it be including Wakanda stuff. I don't know. But
I have no idea. I haven't really looked at rumors or anything like that for
yeah.
any of the plot lines or like scripts for anything. So I'm kind of unaware of the extent of what's gonna happen in Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
I'm already just excited for Quantumania in general. So.
Quantum is gonna be good.
February.
But yeah, Dora Milaje kicking ass. What's the next big thing? Is it? I'm pretty sure Namor shows up. The next big thing. Oh, I'm sorry.
What happened? No.
Because
that's
after
exactly
the meeting, it was the meeting between Shuri and the mother on the campfire.
No,
Yeah,
no. What happened next was the fucking the Tolakanas attack or Tolakan attacks that rig.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
That shit was scary, dude. That shit creeped me out, bro.
Okay, so that was OD, right? Because
Dude.
like, it's very much like, it's very much like the like, at first you kind of expect it because we've seen a shipping rig scene before in
Yeah.
Captain America, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. And I think they also kind of alluded that like at first it was going to be the Wakandans as well because of the previous scene being like
that Wakanda Outreach Center. Yep.
yeah, and then all of a sudden like
You need blue
you see, like, the
motherfuckers.
heads poking out the ocean and fucking
The
like,
music.
and then the helicopter like fucking
Dude,
flying the fuck
so here was my experience. Where I'm watching it, I'm like, all right, cool. The person I brought with me, I guess she didn't watch the trailer, so she's like, are we watching the same movie? So I'm like, yeah, this is the same movie. It's Wakanda Forever. She's like, what the fuck? She's like, who the fuck are these guys? But then I'm watching it,
They were the avatars, dude.
and then you're watching it. I'm hearing the music, and the music was fucking crazy. You hear the music, right? Like, okay, cool, and you realize the music is actually in the fucking movie. Like they're actually hearing the sirens, like and they're walking out. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. It was just it was creepy. You hear the like the music, whatever, and you realize it's actually they're actually doing the siren song,
yeah.
and I was like, oh, like that was actually really how he worked that in the movie. Thinking,
Yeah, it was like some Pirates of the Caribbean shit with the fucking mermaids, dude.
Yeah, that's where sirens come from. That was like the whole mythology of siren. Mermaids used to actually sing a song to sailors to make them crash, whatever.
Yeah.
So they took that and made it for people in Telecon, which is fucking brilliant. That was so good,
Killed them and left no trace.
dude.
So
And
that also brings up the question because like I think my brother had asked the same question, which was like, how do you feel about them reintroducing Telecon as like from Atlantis? So like if instead of it being Atlantis, it being like Telecon,
I like it. I like it because we know Namor came first in the comics, but Aquaman is he's so big now as far as like a character. He outshadows Namor, so he's the king of Atlantis, right? If Marvel did the same thing, number one, it'll be just a rehash of Atlantis, right? Number two, like I like the fact that he went with doing like Aztec Mayan stuff because it gives whoever Black Panther, Shuri or T'Challa, whatever, kind of that common ground. Like, yeah, we're both like from
like an old civilization.
Like we're both like trying to stay away from you're trying to keep we're trying to keep the colonizers out our fucking country, right?
Yeah.
Basically everyone's been enslaved or changed, whatever. We haven't changed. And like the first thing he said when he shows up is like, wow, a country that's you can be yourself, you don't have to leave, you don't have to change anything about yourself. And that's just a lot.
Threatened them too, because he was like at that first scene when he showed up, he's like you're gonna bring me the scientists. Like
Namor is like he's like I fuck with you, but I will fucking kill you if I have to.
Yeah.
But like because like
they were there, so it's like he's just trying to assert dominance.
Well, here's the thing. Like, so Killmonger and Namor are two great villains, right?
Yeah.
But Killmonger was a lot more aggressive in his take, where Namor is more
Yo, the story for
the story,
his backstory
is badass.
Yo, what a fucking badass moment.
Yeah,
it reminded me of like Shang-Chi and
I haven't watched it yet.
Like Mandarin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like that scene, like if you've seen Shang-Chi, like
you can say whatever. It's fine. You can say whatever. I deserve.
No. It's
You just gotta watch it.
It's just very similar in that same way, but the impact of it is still just as like strong, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's not really. I'm not gonna spoil it for you because I think it's a really fucking fire line. especially when he explained like the I guess like the Spanish conquerors that were on the island enslaving people said not more without love, and I was like, God damn, that's
Yeah,
fire.
yeah, dude. I was like, he was like, Niño sin amor. I'm like, and he just took not more. I was like, sin amor, no. That's fucking genius.
Yeah, it's fire. It's so fucking fire.
Like, like they took a name that was in the comics that had nothing to do with Latin or Mayan culture, and then they just like, oh, this is perfect. Let's just use this.
It's so good. It's a nice way to like, in one way, it's like it serves two purposes. One, it like rebrands characters that we know. So like again, it's because Aquaman is a stronger brand character with Jason Momoa and TC. It gives us a moment to be like, okay, like this for people who aren't who don't know like we do that this is Atlantis and Namor, right? Like for people who are just kind of new, they can be like, okay, like we don't have to worry about kind of having legacy information regarding the series.
Yeah,
like, they can go into it and be like, this is gonna be like, I think they call him Takulo, like the Great Serpent God, right? That's
they call him Kukul God.
Yeah,
the Feather Serpent God.
Yo, I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
It's a Kukul God.
So that was nuts, but I think it's really important just to like kind of be like, you know what, like, yeah, Namor is Namor like normally, but it helps with just like helping newer people, just instead of like being like, oh, who's Namor, and like giving us backstory, like to give it, like real. I've
only met one person who did not like that change.
Really?
Everybody else seems to fucking just love the whole Namor and him being Mayan descent instead of being just Atlantis, having Talocan. Yeah. It was I liked it. It was really cool, and like I said, it gets to include another culture that's not really represented much.
Yeah, it's very much like Mayan Spanish culture. It's like very much.
It's more Mayan. I'm seeing like a lot of Latin community being happy about it, and I've seen some of Latin community like correcting people like, no, he's not Latin. He's not Latin. He's Mayan. There's a difference. You know what I mean?
It's very much Mayan, but Mayan has its roots.
Yeah.
In Spanish culture. That's the
because Mayans were they were as you saw they were fucking enslaved or whatever, and then that's how you got the Mexicans and shit like that. So
but I think this series does a really good job in like mind you, I don't know much about Namor or like how Atlanteans became Atlanteans, because now it's Talocan. Now it's Talocan. But I think it's a really good way to just like be like, okay, like, hey, something similar in Black Panther with the flower that gives like the Black Panther his abilities. Like they had something similar that gave it that instead of it being for one person, they gave it to his entire people. And let's also not forget, he deadass. This is the second time that a character has fully name dropped that they are a mutant. Like fully.
This is the first time they actually said I'm a mutant. The first time was Miss Marvel said you have a mutation, but he said I'm a mutant straight up. I'm a mutant.
Yeah, he deadass said he's a mutant. So I don't want anybody to feel any kind of way about that, but I think it's kind of fire that he just dropped it. He's like, I am a mutant. I'm like,
he is, as of right now, he is the oldest mutant in the MCU. In the comics, it's I think it's Apocalypse, but Namor was the first mutant confirmed to call himself a mutant in the comics. Now he's the first, and now he's the first character to call himself a mutant in the movies.
Bro, yeah. So it's the first time it's a mutant in the movies, which I think is super like for anybody who's like, yes, finally we get like mention of it. Like finally like they can use like, even though X-Men is now in the hands of like Disney, like. That's it. We've got mutants. Like, we have a mutant now. Yeah, it's great. So, awesome.
But yeah, dude, that scene with hold on, what the fuck is this? I don't know. All right, okay, my phone's like not unlocking. Okay. So what was I say? Fuck.
Set up your booty call later.
Nah, what was I gonna say?
Hey, yo. No, so yeah, we were saying like, mutants, and like now they're official. Like,
I was gonna talk about the scene with Shuri and Queen by the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They really fucking set up the whole her vengeful arc really early with her saying, if I think my brother right now, I'm not gonna burn the club, I'm burning the world. It's like that was her embracing her like Killmonger right there, you know what I mean? So that was like kind of a tease, like, oh, okay, she's very vengeful. And that's we get Namor, and then Namor overheard that too. He said it. He was like,
bro, he's a peeping Tom, man. That's creepy. Like, you spying on two women who are just trying to have a family conversation.
Hell yeah, bro.
You're just spying on them.
Hell yeah, I'm trying to get information.
Yes, motherfucker.
Try to get information, bro. I'm in
information talking about someone else.
I'm in another country where I'm about to attack these motherfuckers. I'm getting information.
Yeah. Also, I think, and I didn't know this, but like, I wasn't aware of, Namor in general, but Namor, I didn't know this before, was very much a like deuteragonist. He's not antagonist. He's not a protagonist. He's very much like a gray area character.
He is I saw a TikTok. He is an anti-villain, whereas an anti-hero is a person who does things that are morally right but does it for their own personal reasons, whereas an anti-villain aligns more with the heroes as far as like morality, but the way of doing things is very evil. Like Namor sides with villains in the comics, but he usually does it for his people.
You could just take it, Namor and Black Adam, and two good examples.
No, Black Adam Black Adam's always been a villain, right?
Black Adam has always been a villain. Like,
very recent. No, he's always been a villain. Very recently, they're making him.
About if you're trying to understand
the movies.
The difference.
Oh yeah. Like if we're talking
they're
about
good
if you've
examples.
watched it, yeah.
If you've watched
okay. I heard. Yeah, I haven't watched it. Like you have Killmonger was he was just a fucking straight villain. I'm sorry, he's a villain. He was just a villain that was very, very relatable. Namor is an anti-villain. That's a good way to put it, yeah. So he's not an antagonist. He's not he's an antagonist, obviously. He's not a villain. He's an antagonist, yeah. Which, dude, I like. Okay, well, I'm getting ahead of myself, but he was really good. Then they found the fucking big ass thing that was fighting vibranium, and Riri was like, she was like, it's full of, it has like scrap parts. I'm like, Riri really made this shit? What the fuck? Yeah. Like she's the fucking like the person that I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then after that scene. After that scene, where we get them like talking about going to visit Riri Williams, I think, right? And okay, it was like, I'm taking her with me. Yeah. I can't remember.
I think I didn't expect Riri to be so immediately introduced. I felt. I mean, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's in any way, shape, or form bad. It was just surprising that we got it so soon.
I mean, it was a 3-hour movie, and it's like you gotta introduce her at some point. You don't really want to introduce her halfway through the movie because they still have to do a whole bunch of the storytelling. So if you introduce her early on, then you can do what you need to do in the middle half, and then have her do what she needs to do at the end, which wasn't much, anyways.
Her role was. So her obvious role, right, that everybody sees, that that you don't have to overthink it, is she is the person trying to protect, and who Namor is trying. She's bringing both these nations into conflict, right? That's her role. She's the same role as like as someone as America Chavez in Multiverse of Madness, right? Now the other role she plays, people don't see, is she is kind of like forming a friendship with Shuri, and that friendship is kind of helping her move past her brother, kind of, you know what I mean? Like she's seeing, the way I took it, I mean, this is me overthinking, the way I took it, she's probably seeing herself in Riri and wants to help her, and then also like she's for the friendship with him. And I just want to say one thing. I knew I heard that line before, that she said to be young black and smart, or young, gifted, and black, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
fucking Chadwick Boseman said that same line in the speech. And then I like fucking Shira's reaction to that because she just looked at him. It was kind of like a meta nod to like, you know, his speech. It was like, oh fuck, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's what it is. So a lot of people are like, oh, she was pointless. You could literally replace her role with anybody else. Like you could just put a random scientist there. I'm fine. Like yeah,
I don't think it's any. You can't just be any scientist, but
it could be. It could be for the fact to bring these two cultures together to fight. Yes, but to do that emotional emotional ride with Shuri, you need Riri Williams for that thing.
Yeah, and also like, truth be told, like, yeah, you can have it any other scientist, but like, it's important. Like, so what if like, why don't you just have like, why can't we just have normal black scientist that's really smart and like a character who will get an expansion of her backstory in later films? You know what I mean? Like,
because if you do it now, you don't have to do it later.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I just think like it's you know, they did it now, like, you know, now we have kind of an idea as to who she is. We'll get more later, just like how the rest of like the MCU has done, like, you know, all of their characters. They'll introduce it in a different movie, and then they'll have it expand in like their own film or in subsequent films when they're like, you know, when they're like, you know, big shots, you know.
How do you guys feel about the character? You guys like her?
Yeah, like
any complaints?
Not as of yet. I mean, we'll see more when.
I mean, I hate the fact that they wrecked the car so early on.
So in the comics, I wasn't a big fan of Riri. She grew on me a little bit towards the end when I mean the Champions run. That was fun, but
now if I understand this correctly, just correct me. She was a disciple of Iron Man at some point, correct? Is that how?
Yes,
she was originally.
Yeah, so her character is tied a lot to Iron Man, to Tony Stark, and that was my biggest issue with her in the comics. Is like a lot of her support characters that I saw were Tony Stark characters, which I wasn't a fan of. Like you know, even her AI was Tony Stark's like consciousness. There was a time where Tony Stark was dead, but he was really in a coma. So she took over. She took over the Iron Man role. Now she still has a suit. Now she's Ironheart, and Tony Stark's back, obviously in the comics. But that was those two are forever linked, just because she took over the role of Iron Man when he was in the coma. That's why she was Ironheart. So, and I like the fact that in the movies they kind of went a different route, where it's like she's not tied solely to Tony Stark now. She has ties to Shuri and Wakanda. She has a big tie to Wakanda now because Ramonda fucking saved her. Like to me, her that moment where she saved her is the same as like the equivalent for her for Jensen dying for Tony Stark in the cave. That was her hero moment. Like, yo, she saved my life. I can't waste my life now. Like this queen saved her, like risk her life for me.
I mean, she could, but I mean, she won't.
No, she won't. Yeah. So like, I like that, and also she still has ties to Tony Stark because she's going to MIT. That's Tony Stark's alma mater. So I'm guessing maybe like there's some type of program where Tony Stark started, and that's how she got in there.
I mean,
probably. I mean, they'll expand on it, but I honestly.
And then also like how her suit at the end of the movie.
True. Peter Parker. Yeah, that's true.
Peter Parker's not there, but guess who is there?
No, I'm talking about the program. That's how they got Peter Parker.
Yeah, but guess who is?
Smart minds to.
Well, remember in Civil War, Tony Stark was talking about it. He was like, you know, the program was starting bringing students, blah blah. So like, yeah, maybe that's why. But also, guess who was at MIT? MJ and Ned.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So we could see them in Ironheart to show, but also like the fact that like she's getting like ties pulled from different areas. Like okay, she has her new ties of Wakanda. She has her tie to Tony Stark, but then her suit is representative of her background of her father, because her suit is black and red like her car, which is her father's car. Okay, this is cool. I like this. I like that they're pulling they're writing her out to be actually a full developed character with her own background or their own supporting cast and shit like that. Like she has different types of different people. So I like her so far.
You said the kid from Ms. Marvel is going to Caltech, right?
I don't know. Yes. Okay.
Is it Caltech? Because I thought they were talking about MIT too.
Oh no. Her friend is going to Caltech. Her friend.
That's what I thought. I was like, wasn't sure if it was Caltech or MIT.
No, yeah, it was her friend is going to Caltech. That's what he's going to. But I do agree that a lot of the reason why I like her now is because I don't know the connections with Tony Stark.
Not yet.
Because the MCU is kind of already a different beast than the comic books. So like the MCU has already established Spider-Man, Peter Parker, as like Tony's disciple.
That changes No Way Home now though.
No, it obviously changed.
No.
But like how it originally, how the series
he was
that like he was very much the second hand to Tony Stark, and that's how everybody has kind of like seen his character become for that. And I think it's really important now that Riri is her own character, just completely removed from Iron Man in general. Because she has her own backstory, she has her own smarts. Like, yeah, there is like small ties to like Tony, but you know now she has her ties to like Wakanda. She has her ties to like Shuri and everybody else, and she's becoming her own character as a result of it, rather than her being like just like straight up like like a second pupil of like Tony Stark, which we already have in the MCU as Spider-Man. So
probably I think like Spider-Man would be like more of his own. I think Riri probably like, early on what we didn't see, obviously like she got the idea from Tony Stark, right? Her blueprint showed the fucking arc reactor suit. So I'm pretty sure he's like a big influence on her. But he's not gonna be like the sole reason why she's doing what she's doing.
Right.
Yeah, really, because the only disciple that Iron Man really has is Peter Parker.
Yeah, it's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of
how in the MCU,
in the MCU. And so I think, and obviously now with No Way Home, it's different. Like he's his own person, and that's obviously that's the point. The point is that these disciples are supposed to like, grow outside of their masters, and like for Riri, like her journey's just beginning, and she doesn't have those ties, so that she can kind of connect with other characters. And now being one of them, Shuri and Black Panther. We'll see what Thunderbolts is, and like we're gonna see what the rest of this not Thunderbolts, but we're gonna see what the rest of the
Ironheart series, the Marvels,
series,
I think
so. We have a lot of space to kind of figure these things out.
We have a lot of young characters to like actually get involved too. Like we could actually make a good young Avengers type of team here. You have Ironheart.
It's how you make the industry last longer, man.
You have
cast old people that are gonna die in 20 years.
I mean they cast Harrison Ford, but
You get the point. I mean, the more younger people you have,
yeah.
Be like, hey, more movies.
To the younger.
Yeah, so you have Riri Williams now. You have Patriot from you have Kate Bishop from Hawkeye. You have Patriot from Falcon and Soldier. You have Cassie from Ant-Man and the Wasp. You have who's Stature. What's Miss Marvel? Miss Marvel. Yeah, you had the two. You have Wiccan and Speed, whatever the name is. Yeah, that's 7 characters. And if you want, you could add fucking Peter Parker dynamics if you want. But I think Peter Parker outgrew that role. Yeah, I think Peter Parker.
At this point,
Peter Parker is a full-fledged Avenger. Yeah, he's a full-fledged Avenger. I think it's time for Peter Parker to get his own mentor. I think it's time to get Miles in here, but that's just me.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah. Oh, you have Kamala. You have Miss Marvel. Yeah, you have a lot of young characters. You can start your own young Avengers team.
Oh yeah, that's if that's not in the works, which it is in the works, no doubt. I think there's a really good lineup.
100% it's in the works. There was a photo where before Hawkeye came out, they asked Kate Bishop about a Young Avengers team, a movie or show, and it was a press conference, and you had like her in the back, Kevin Feige in front of her to the left, and they asked the question. She looked at Kevin Feige like, "What do I say? do I confirm it or not?" like Kevin Feige just didn't say anything. She's like, no, there's no project. Like, it was so funny. She looks so nervous, like, oh fuck, like, yo, this man has the power to fucking change my whole life right now if I fuck up this answer. But yeah,
that's what they did with apparently they recasted Ant-Man's daughter, which was like that young girl from before, remember?
Ant-Man's daughter casted that was from in Infinity War. That was
I think it was somebody else, right? Or was it?
It was someone. It was someone's daughter. One of Russo brothers' daughter, I think.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, and you know,
And
so
it makes sense to recast her, so you have someone that's a little bit older, so you can start making proper movies with all the younger people.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we all agree. I think it was a good ish. I think I think they should have like showed more of the Riri and Shuri friendship a little more, like kind of like have them connect more, so we could see. So, for most people who are gonna be, you know, who are gonna criticize the movie and be like, "Oh, the movie was trash," and I'm like, "Oh, she was pointless there." Or like they could put, like I said, they could put any other scientist there, but the point of her being there was to introduce her and also kind of get Shuri that connection with somebody else.
Well, see, the thing is, the whole point of this movie was for Sherry, not so much for her.
Yeah, no, but
once she gets her own movie or a TV series or whatever, you know, they'll probably go more in depth into her connections and whatnot.
No, but see, my so I'm just giving like people's critique of like she you could put anybody there, you could put like any random scientist there, but
you know, waste of a movie, because with all the new Marvel movies that are coming out, they're introducing these young characters, so it's just her introduction.
No, what I'm trying to say is, wait, hold on. What I'm trying to say is, like people critiquing it with that. My counter to that is, yeah, I agree. They could have done this instead. They could like just like not give like a full on like introduction story to Riri, but like have her connect with Shuri, like make that connection a little more visible to the audience. So they go, okay, that was their purpose there.
If you did that, it wouldn't be a 3-hour movie. It'd be a 4-hour movie.
I'm down for it.
I mean, yeah.
Not the people that came out of there after midnight and they're like, man, this bitch is cold.
Bro, it was like 30 degrees out when we came out.
Dude, I saw a TikTok where this couple came out and was like, yeah, we didn't park in the parking lot. We parked 2 fucking blocks away, and we had to walk back to the car.
Sounds like a them problem, bro.
But yeah, like okay, let's in a hypothetical world, let's just say they used Reed Richards instead, right? Like instead of like Riri Williams. Like yeah, they could have put Reed Richards, and I think people would have been hype as fuck, like seeing, you know, Reed.
That would have been cool.
For the first time, that would have been crazy, right? But the point is that this is like no matter how you look at it, it's a celebration of Black culture. Like it's like let's not forget, like this is, you know, like this is about like
the Black Panther is about Wakanda, which is
exactly
an African nation.
Yeah, and like it would be
it fits a theme more.
Right, you know, it's about like Aboriginals and like you know how like people that are essentially like civilizations that are older than anybody else have like their own issues, right? And this one being like Namor being like basically one of the strongest, oldest mutants now at this point in the MCU, like being like, I don't want my people to die, like this is just how it's gonna be, and like I need to get rid of the problem before it becomes
a problem,
an issue, because I know it will become an issue. Like this is just a sign, especially because like he even acknowledges at one point that like killing the scientists isn't a point. It's to show the world that like, you know, you can't just do this. Like, you know, like he says it's a sign of things to come, but like I know that it's not gonna, like, killing her is the point. It's to make a message out of her, which is kind of like
Namor.
That's a fair for Namor. It's fair. It makes sense. So.
Namor reminds me of like how T'Challa would have been if he didn't go down that arc in Civil War.
Yeah,
he was very vengeful. You know, he wanted to kill Zemo. Namor is very much like T'Challa in the comics. T'Challa in the comics is like, we would have fucking killed Zemo, no problem.
Yeah.
So Namor is just, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I have to kill, I'll kill. I don't care. I mean, what I mean, like that's what I like about Namor. Namor, he's noble, but he's also he's scary. Like
Yeah.
he's
very
scary.
smart. I mean, he's like what, over 2,000 years old?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Dude,
So, like, he
I
knows
read
that, like,
that he's as strong as Thor and the Hulk.
I mean, did you
Like, it seemed that strong. You take away the water and some air, bro. He just won.
Oh yeah.
Everyone has their weakness, dude.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, they basically took the Jason Momoa Aquaman, right? And then gave Namor the dumbest shit about Aquaman, which is that weakness. But hey, I mean that's the weakness. So.
No, and I think that's fair because, like, I mean, they made mention, like, the first. I mean, let's okay. So now we're kind of like going into when he, like when he attacks,
I mean,
Wakanda,
should we? Where we leave off at anyway?
because we left out at like
Riri.
and like
Can we talk about?
they showed off Talakan and stuff.
No, can we talk about fucking? No, we can get to that part. Can we talk about fucking Okoye versus Atumba? Whatever his name is on the bridge.
Oh, the big dude, the warrior.
Dude, that
Oh,
shit was
yeah.
dope. What's his name? I can't say fuck.
OD, bro.
Atuma.
Yeah.
That shit was,
Put her in a tomb. What you mean?
bro. Like, hey, kudos to her. She actually kept up with a super soldier like that. But like, that's low-key like a super soldier. I mean, that's like a super soldier times.
They're fucking.
Dude.
They were strong as fuck.
Dude, she ran full speed into a fucking vibranium pole. She should be like knocked the fuck out dead, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, a good
Skull and
example
everything,
of
bro.
their strength is the war battle that they had on their boat. I mean, at the end, you barely had any Wakanda's left.
Oh no, there was which
Like
is
6 people left.
which
It was
which
all the main
in the
people.
comics is the opposite. In the comics, fucking Wakandians destroy the Atlanteans all the time. Like the normal lives will go underwater and just fuck them up.
Yeah. Oh, that's
They
that's
got
a surprise.
that's in the comics, but in this one they
Not
made
gonna
them
lie,
over
that
to
scene at the end, I thought they brought a ship, not a boat. I thought they placed the ship in the water, and I thought they were gonna fly away, but then they're fucking boating away. I was like, what the fuck
Yeah, I
are we
don't get
doing?
it. Why didn't they just do like the Avengers fucking?
the hell carrier. That's what I was too. But yeah,
I was like, what? I thought they dead ass was little fucking flying shit.
but yeah. After that, we get Talakan, bro.
Well,
And
after that, we get her getting fired.
oh yeah, dude,
That was rough.
bro.
Not gonna lie. It's like, don't get me wrong. It's like it was.
I was mad at the queen, but then I can't be mad because she has a fucking point. She has a reason to feel like the way because like she told you, do not take my daughter, and she was like, I'm taking her, she'll be fine, and then she's not fine.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
Well,
I think
she was
it-
fine. She did the thing where she's like, yeah, let me give myself up to help protect this one chick, and then that's how they bonded.
Yeah.
So I mean,
No,
it's like as the queen, it's like you do have to let your young ones like leave and actually go and explore. You can't keep her cooped up in her lab all day because that's all she's been doing. She's been in Wakanda forever, and the only time she ever left was to go with her brother.
Yeah.
No, the issue that the reason why she wanted to bring her with her was because she was just drowning herself in technology and not dealing with her grief and not talking to other people.
It was a way to get her out of
Yeah.
Wakanda and out of the lab. But her mother, on the other hand, was like, "Nah, don't do that. Keep her cooped up." It's like that's not gonna.
Yeah, it's because there's a very, very credible threat out there. Fucking Namor is out there trying to fuck motherfuckers up. That's why.
So from
As a parent, I fucking understand. I'm like, yo, I'm letting you out. There's a fucking crazy man out there. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, from the queen's perspective,
There's a crazy
right,
fisherman
like,
out there.
Like she definitely, like they were warned essentially of like, they saw like how someone was able to sneak into Wakanda with no problems
Detected.
essentially,
Yeah.
right? And like from her perspective, like yeah, like she wants her daughter to deal with her grief, but at the same time knows how dangerous someone like this is. Like she kind of already like knew from the jump, like, oh, this person is like dangerous, right? Because like let's not forget he basically like strolled into Wakanda, was like, you're gonna
Not
do this
not
thing
not
for
just
me, or we're gonna like
not just
annihilate your entire fucking
not just
nation.
him,
Like,
not just him, but they also dropped off that big ass piece of equipment like nothing.
yeah.
Like who
Probably
the fuck?
brought like 5 killer whales too, bro.
Like like the only wasn't about like him being there by himself. Like okay, it's just one person, it's just name or whatever. And then you see a big ass fucking like, oh, who put that there? How the fuck did they get in here? So he got his whole army through, or at least a couple people through.
Yeah. I mean,
but then you sit there and you go like, wow, our defenses, we have weaknesses. Like fuck.
Yeah. So at that point, the queen is like, yo, you don't take my daughter with you because like he could easily come after her. So it's not about her. It's not about denying her grief. It's about just being a protective mother. But okay, right now is not the time to go out there. So
yeah, I think that was kind of the point, and like, you know, obviously even the queen felt remorse for Okoye, and like making like, and like essentially forcing her to like give up her position, because it's like you can see it, and that's also like, that's
being
was so fucking good for that,
dude,
like,
that
Christ.
she deserves some type of award for that speech. That like, oh
Like,
god, you could just it was such a powerful speech from her. That was so good. That was so fucking good. The only thing I disagree with her was like, why are you bringing up Killmonger? Like, she served the throne, and like despite how much she loves T'Challa and stuff like that, she had bro, she almost killed her husband over the war because she served Wakanda. It's like she sided with Killmonger just because she has to. That's now the guy, that's a low blow, but everything else she was right, and the queen was right. But it was just like this family. If you look at the T'Challa family, they all of them besides T'Challa, because he changed and is Shuri now, they all act very emotionally. Killmonger, T'Chaka, and Queen Ramonda. T'Chaka killing the brother, Killmonger, being Killmonger, and you have the Queen and Shuri, and then even T'Challa in Civil War was very like emotional and acting out of anger and shit, but like he changed. Very, 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 very. It looks like a very common thing with the family. Yeah,
but I think to the credit of Angela Bassett, who did fucking absolutely phenomenal. Like it's now we're kind of getting into like a lot of the characters, which is like, I do want to, this is the part where I'm like, okay, this is where I'm going to bring up like my issues with Shuri specifically. Because I think like Angela Bassett did like absolutely phenomenal. Like, I've like, you're looking at a character who basically is dealing with her grief, still being a queen, like
lost her husband, lost her son,
her son, and it, like, at that time gets her daughter her daughter gets kidnapped. It's like, you see she's at her wit's end essentially with a lot of stuff. It still tries to keep it together. It's so fucking good.
The queen didn't get snapped, right? She never got snapped.
No, she did not.
Actually.
Shuri, she lost Shuri and T'Challa. And then for 5 years they come back. So no, okay. First she lost T'Chaka. She lost her husband.
Yeah.
Then she lost Shuri and T'Challa for like 5 years. They come back. Yeah. You get like a few months maybe of T'Challa being alive, and then you lose T'Challa.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's crazy.
So you lose your son twice.
Yeah, it's bad. And so that's kind of like, I think it's really crazy that something like this was so well acted from Angela Bassett, and I think it's a really good testament to how other people have also reacted to it as well. Because Okoye even was like, she even knew she was wrong, and you could see her like tearing up. She's like, I will. At
that moment, at that speech, I was full on like, yo, you can't fire. Okay, what the fuck? And then after that speech, I was like, bro, I understand. She can't say anything back. She's like, you know what? That face. She was crying, but she's like, yo, I understand. Like, I can't. I fucked up.
It's crazy how like, and so that's why like, I think Angela Bassett and Rwanda like did such a good job of.
She wasn't even given the chance to go back and get her.
Yeah, but so like that's kind of my thing with why I didn't like Shuri so much. and it's not like a bad thing, but a really good way my brother put it. Like his issue was that like was specifically that Shuri shined as a character when she was interacting with other characters and was able to be like the Shuri that we know from Black Panther.
Yeah.
And her being like angsty was really weird. And it's also what I also believe as well. Like it made me feel like it felt really like strange for me to see kind of Shuri. And it's also because, and this is not the fault of like the acting or anything like that, it's just the circumstance of like we lost Chadwick. Like we really didn't get time to like build even with like T'Challa at all for a long time. And now kind of we have Shuri who picks up the kind of pieces of what's going on, so we didn't have the opportunity to like grow up with Shuri or even like learn more about her. And so having it happen so immediate in this movie, like her kind of anxieties and stuff like that, was kind of off-putting because we just didn't get like a huge understanding of her. And that's why like I wasn't a huge fan of her, but like there are a lot of scenes with her that I really like because of it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just kind of my thing though.
I kind of, yeah, I see where you're coming from. Shuri
like,
felt
Shuri was like a very, because like her character was very much like
comedic relief,
like, really smart, like comedic relief. She also like, we saw hints of her like kind of being like the tradition breaking sister, but we only saw it like in small ways. Like she's still like, if we remember correctly, like when T'Challa got challenged, his sister was there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She still respected tradition at that point. So it's kind of weird that
Whoa.
we got the immediate jump into
no, during that whole thing, right before M'Baku comes, she's like, okay, can we wrap this up already? I want to go home. Like she was,
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Like, can we wrap this up? Let's go. Before M'Baku showed up. So even then she was very traditional breaking.
Oh no, yeah, she was. We saw it in Black Panther. It's just, I think it was the jump to it so immediately because of the circumstance of losing Chadwick. It's a little off-putting, but I think Shuri, the character, shines the best when she's interacting with like Riri, when she's interacting with Okoye. Like it's a bunch of moments where like, oh, this is like really, it's the kind of,
it's because we're used to seeing that side of her, but we're not used to seeing her. We're not used to seeing her struggle, which I think that's what it is. We're not used to seeing her struggle. We enjoy her character for being a comedic relief, but we haven't got a chance to adapt to her being serious. And this movie was very serious. It was very, so like I think her best performance in the movie, and that movie was what take us to the Namor invading Wakanda, the Queen's death. That was good. That was, bro. Namor dropped the coldest line, bro. He dropped the coldest fucking line. The motherfucker was like, he said "Grieve your queen." No, he said, mourn your dead, bury dead, mourn your loss, mourn your dead, bury your people, whatever.
I'm about to pull it up, shit.
And he said, and he goes, "You're queen now," and he left. I was like, when he said that, I was like, no.
Oh yeah.
I was like, no, did she really die? I'm like, you're queen now. I was like, did she really die? And I'm like, yo, she's really dead. She drowned. I was like, fuck. That was crazy.
Murder.
Bro, like it was at that moment I was like, okay, he's a villain, because the whole time I was like, he's the main antagonist. The whole time I'm thinking, I ain't gonna wait for Dr. Doom. I got Dr. Doom in the background pulling the string. This is Dr. Doom pulling. As a mover now, I was like, okay, maybe it's not Dr. Doom. Maybe he really is such an asshole so far. Or not asshole, but maybe he's the antagonist. And then once that happened, once the queen was done, okay, he killed the queen. There's no going back from that. Like, he is the antagonist. There's no going back from killing.
I was so confused. I was just like, why the fuck is under their platform? It's just all water, or why is it just empty? Like, and then I realized that bitch just filled that shit with like so much water.
those grenades,
And
those grenade bombs are so cool because like, it makes sense, right? They live underwater. They could weaponize water. Like what the fuck? That's so cool.
Like that thing is like a fucking watermelon size, and the thing fucking puts out a fucking Olympic sized pool of water. Like,
Nah,
like,
it's OD. He threw like 17 of them. He just like threw a handful at them.
It was just like,
it was crazy. But no,
Dude.
like,
Well,
okay,
first off, where the fuck was he keeping all of it?
I mean, I'm assuming that like he was
got Ant-Man technology, bro.
Yeah, he invaded with like fucking like what? Not he invaded with like a handful of people, like 20 people maybe or something, and like they were able to like do all that
They
damage.
flooded the whole goddamn.
it happened in the comics. It happened too. Like when I saw a trailer, I was like, "There's no way they're doing it." In the comics, he was taken. Namor was taken over by the Phoenix Force, and he fucking flooded Wakanda. Shuri was Black Panther at the time, and Shuri was pissed. Yeah.
Are they superhumans and mutants?
Only,
Namor.
just Namor.
Wait,
Just
yeah,
Namor.
But they're also waterbenders.
Dude, those I've never like in the comics. Namor's fucking little wings, like they're fucking whack. In the movie, they're fucking terrifying, dude. He was using them shits like deadly, like the way he was flying in the air and like dodging and shit. Like, that shit was sick.
Oh my fucking God.
Like,
I thought they were like fish fins, and I realized they have like
wings.
feathers on them. I was like,
Yeah, in the
shit.
comic, like we see Namor in the comic. Oh, look at the cute little wings. That's so adorable. You're just fucking whack.
Nah,
Man,
that
them things are nasty.
Who was T'Challa's ex-wife, girlfriend, person? What was her name?
Nakia.
Nakia.
Yeah, no, she
Nakia.
started this whole fucking war. She's a culprit.
Well, she
She's a culprit?
well,
Oh, dude,
no.
she shot the chick.
Oh,
And
true.
then-
Yeah.
No,
She went to go kill the motherfucker, and she's like, "No,
Yeah.
we leaving this bitch."
no.
Yeah.
Regardless,
It was gonna happen
no more.
no matter
He
what.
did say
Oh,
if
regardless,
someone,
it was gonna happen.
yeah,
Right.
it wasn't Nakia's fault. Like Namor was gonna fuck shit up
yeah.
regardless.
But I
Because
mean,
he
she
warned
made
them,
it
like-
worse because she wouldn't let Sherry heal the one person.
Well, no,
That is kind of
no,
true, though,
no. I think Nakia said like, there's no helping her. It was a close range shot. Like she's dead. Like that's it. You can't help her.
Yeah, but I mean, like, she could have at least attempted to.
No.
Here's
No,
the thing.
because
I-
everyone gets captured if you stay.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
stay and Namor comes and everybody capture
And
Namor.
then Nakia dies on site.
Yeah, and
exactly.
Nakia dies. Yeah, so.
Yeah. It's like they
And
like,
then-
the
and then-
risk was like
Then Shuri dies, and then the scientist dies, and then the mother's like, "What the fuck just happened?"
it's too high of a risk. Like once that happened, it was kind of like that was just kind of the nail in the coffin. Like Namor already was going to fucking like if it didn't work out his way, he had already made mention like he was gonna just fucking it's gonna go his way no matter what. Like that was like
I mean, it
that's
still
his whole
ended up
thing.
going his way.
yeah, it did end.
Yeah,
up
he has
going-
an ally now that he's
Yeah.
gonna take advantage of in the future.
Yeah, which goes. Yeah, that's the other thing is that in the end, he still ends up fucking winning. But
Mate.
no, like I want
That
to talk
man.
about like fucking the invasion, the Talokan invasion, because goddamn, the CGI on Namor was OD, bro.
Dude.
They came out the fucking woodworks for that shit.
They made
God
sure
damn.
they made sure Namor is gonna be like the fucking character, bro. Like, yo, this man's gonna be like, can you imagine like in like Avengers Secret Wars, like everyone's like, oh shit, we need help, blah blah blah. Who could we call to help? We have to ask Namor. Fuck.
Yo.
And it's like, yo, let's go,
Yeah.
like, let's go, Namor team up.
Yo, I'm sorry, but like the way that motherfucker hopped on air, bro, like skipped through it, was destroying shit. I was like, nah,
He makes Miss Marvel look like shit.
he for real.
Well,
bro.
yeah, I mean, Miss Marvel using light. He's actually flying, bro. Like he's actually flying.
Yeah, but same concept, like near the same concept. You know how it shows like she's taking bigger steps type of thing, like she's putting more effort into it. Namor is just
Oh, well, he's also like over 1,000 years old. So,
yeah.
But-
I mean,
dude,
yo,
that
that shit was OD. Come on, like that. I cannot get over. They went ham on the CGI for that, because like, I feel like some scenes were a little awkward in terms of like the fight choreography. mostly with like Shuri. Like the one on the boat was really cool when they like end up like doing a counterattack on the boat, like Wakanda versus
Yeah.
the Talokan army. Like freaking that was a dope scene. Some other scenes I felt like were a little awkward, like in the fight specifically with Namor and like Shuri specifically. But either way,
can we back up a little bit? We even talk about this. Can we talk about Talokan, the introduction?
Oh, the introduction to it?
Dude, that song, that song was. I heard that song. I was like, "What's going on? Why am I floating?" I was.
That's probably right.
I was.
Got Nemo vibes,
bro. So how do you feel like the different, like Talokan, you know, in Marvel, and then DC, fucking Atlantis? How do you feel about the difference between the two? How you look?
Not gonna lie, I was really hoping that their city would have been more advanced.
I mean, it makes sense though. Like they're very traditional Mayan culture.
Yeah, but for 2,000 years, the only thing that you really got to show for yourself.
I mean, it. Well,
he bought the
and a
sun down there.
Yeah.
You got fucking water grenades the size of fucking blueberries that turn into watermelons that fucking throw Olympic-sized pools at you.
Whoa,
dude,
And the next thing you know, you're riding a fucking
like,
killer whale in the middle of the
let's
ocean.
not.
Then you
let's
got
not
fucking
forget.
shit from Finding Nemo where you just fucking go hang 10, dude, and just get fucking yoinked throughout the fucking ocean.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
You also gotta remember is that he created, or like they created, like stuff so that the fucking Atlantean Talokan can like go on fucking land, like with those masks. Like, let's not forget, like, how do you create a system like that to get like a mask that like feeds them water, essentially?
That on top of that, you're part of the Blue Man Group from Las Vegas, so you know, like,
So like,
what else do you need?
Talokan
I
represents.
was really hoping for like a massive underwater temple, which you know, we just.
I expected that too. I expect that too, but then what I like so much better, so much more, because it represents what the Mayans could have looked like if the Spain never came and colonized them.
Yeah.
They represent like they go back to what Neighbor's first words, you know, in the movie is like amazing. Like, there's a country where you don't have to change anything. You can stay here and stay who you are. You don't have to leave. This is your country. You know what I mean? Whereas in the Talokan, they had to leave land. They had to go to a whole other fucking part of the biome to live, to be untouched and be unbothered. You know what I mean? Whereas Wakanda just found a way to do about, you know, stay there. So it represents like what the Mayan culture could look like if, you know, if the Spaniards ever came and enslaved them and shit. That's why I like it so much more.
I like it a lot more as a representation because, like,
and then also we haven't really seen like the whole city. We haven't seen the inside buildings yet. We don't know how that looks like. How it looks like yet.
I mean, you would think like they probably could have been on land and hidden like Wakanda, but like you said, they got invaded by Spain.
Yeah.
So like they already had to go in hiding and then hide in plain sight, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think also
this representation is so much better. I just think like instead of getting our like generic like Atlantis is like this, you know, this high-tech civilization, it's just like, no, like this is a very traditional, like, you know, it's very traditional but still ends up technologically rich but also history rich kind of civilization going on. I mean, like, the fact that Namor was able to bring like a vibranium sun, which we don't know the mechanics of it specifically, but we can already assume because of that like it was definitely like they are way technologically advanced, more than like what, you know, they're letting on to be.
Right, they probably looked that way on purpose just to preserve their culture, but they still, you know, worked on shit. But
I mean, well, we only got to scratch the surface.
Yeah, I want to see like a Namor project. That'd be dope. See more Talokan. But yeah, dude, with that introduction, yeah. I mean, you can't bring a character like Namor and kill him in the movie. Like Killmonger,
I wanted fucking Killmonger to be alive. So fucking long.
Well, before Black Panther, Killmonger was like a B, C, D-list villain, whereas Namor was he was an Avenger at one point. He was in the Illuminati at one point. He's a big character. He's a big name character. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I just think the MCU, like, I always believe that the MCU created a lot of potential with Killmonger in this iteration.
I mean, we can still get
and-
Killmonger, dude. We get the fucking
I mean,
multiverse.
Yeah, that is very, very true. That
We
is
can
still
we can
very
get we can
much
get
possible.
a fucking good version of him too. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many.
I don't know. I think we've established that that Killmonger is gonna be a fucking power hungry money asshole no matter what universe he's in.
I mean, we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
basically, he was born and
I
raised
think
in
it's
Oakland.
super
Come on.
important that we have like characters like this that sit in the gray area like Namor, that like we can like experience again and get different sides of them without like losing them completely to like MCU's like we'll kill our fucking villains, you know what I mean?
I'm very happy that they're keeping him around too, because like the actor himself seems like he has so when you lose Chadwick Boseman, right, you lose that leader of a community. He was the king. He even
Bob says it. He's like they call him the Serpent God.
no, well,
Like,
no. I'm talking about real life. Like Chadwick, Chadwick was like people in that community called him the king. I mean, he was the king. So you lose someone like him. You lose a leader, but now you gain someone like I don't know how to say his name, the actor for Namor, and he's very similar. I don't know if you guys watch interviews with him, but like he's very, because in the Latin culture you have like you have your racism in Latin culture. You have like, you have your dark Hispanics, light Hispanics, and the white Hispanics are racist for the dark Hispanics, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you watch like telenovelas, they're mostly just white actors, white Spanish people.
All the fucking time.
And you never see any dark skinned Spanish people unless they're like the maid or like the drug dealer or some comedic relief. So in these interviews he was talking, he's like, it's good to see, like I want to see, like he's like, I'm happy that the kids who look like me now could see themselves in me. Like, and he goes like, hey, kids out there, of course he's a kids out there, look in the mirror. There's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with them. You are beautiful. Because you're dark skinned. Like, he's representing that culture. That the franchise gained a great community leader, and fuck, Techno. What's his name again?
I don't know. I have to look up.
Is it Tenno Warta? Pennak Warta? I don't know.
Let me see.
He's great, but yeah, it's unfortunate that we couldn't see him and Chadwick together, because those two together would have been a great. Didn't see on screen, huh?
Yes, Tenochuelta.
Yeah,
Tenochuelta.
yeah,
His name's Jose Tenochuelta Meja.
Meha, yeah,
Or
yeah, but.
Tenochuelta. That's
Yeah, of course, see him and Chadwick together on screen and off screen, because they kind of give out the same energy, the same like, But yeah, it was cool. He's a great guy.
He's great, and Namor, like again, he the way he acted as Namor, being
Perfect.
a dubious character from beginning to end, right? Like even at the end, you have this looming music, which is like not like happy music when he's like when he's kind of reveling in the fact that like Wakanda has become
An ally.
he's kind of an ally. That wasn't like music that was very like
No.
calming and comforting. It was very discomforting. It was
Yeah.
like he's like, I have them now. Like that's
When he said that, I was like, oh, cool. And then I heard the music, I was like, oh, now cool. Wait.
yeah, no, it was not cool. Like, and so and the way he just like, it's so crazy. He really does play like this playboy, but like kind of like menacing character. It's just
He's very charismatic.
yeah, charismatic, very like like at some point I was just like, damn, like he's not wrong though, like like
Don't lie, Zobat. Don't lie, Zobat. You're like, yo, don't lie. Yo, girls are like thirsting over my TikTok, bro. Like, yo, Poppy, they're like, yo, take me to fuck. I'll burn the war with you, baby. Take me with you.
that's exactly. But like, I think that it does a really like, you can sympathize with him, and like, we don't have to go far. We can look at like what the snap has done to like the world governments. We can look at Captain Like we can look at Falcon and Winter Soldier as examples of like what Namor specifically was talking about with regards to like, you know, how everybody has been handling it. And he's got a fair point. Like that's the thing about his character that makes it interesting. Like you can't just create a villain with no compelling. Like,
I mean, he saw like he grew up hearing stories from his mother about how great his probably grew up, you know, hearing about how great the land was, right? How good Mexico was, blah blah. And when he finally gets to see how beautiful it is, his first thing he sees is his mother's people being enslaved, and it's like, wow, this is the beauty that she's talking about. It's all gone now because of these people who came here. And he's like, I don't want that to happen to my country. I don't want that to happen to my people. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure it doesn't happen here as well. And that's why you understand.
Oh no, yeah, he understands it, but the audience, like the biggest thing is like for people who like, obviously the big thing that I am always an advocate for is to help the audience understand the reasoning for that, right? And like because like we have context of like seeing what the world has done during the snap, like how that has affected a lot of things. Like we don't get the same kind of lore building like regarding Namor and like what happened to Talokan during like the snap, but a big part of that is like how does the audience understand what he's talking about? And he showed it, right? Especially with like when he came up on land, but like for people who are kind of have already like been in the MCU and like kind of follow the movies, how do they understand? And a big part of that is like, hey, like fucking, he's got a good point. Look at fucking Falcon and Winter Soldier. Look what happened with all these subsequent shows and series, and he's got a point. Like, I can sympathize with this character. That's what makes him really good and really menacing, as well as that he's not wrong in what he's saying, but like it's not the just way. It's not the way that that someone just would do it. Like, sure,
I would. So between Killmonger and Namor, I think the character I would probably side with more is Namor, because Namor. So Killmonger just wanted to enslave. He wanted to burn and enslave the world just because he was fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
That's like he was just pissed. Well, Namor is like, I'm doing this to protect my people. I'm not doing it. I'm not lashing out. I'm protecting my people, and he's doing it for a more noble.
Calculating about it too.
He's like, doing it for, well, so is Killmonger. It's just like Killmonger just got beat by the Black Panther. You know what I mean? So does Namor. So, but
I mean, true. But like Namor is very calculating about the way that, like, he said, if you reveal anything about us, like that's it, you're done. Like, he has the element. He has the element of not being known. Like Wakanda has the advantage of not being known much by the rest of the world. But now that they are known by the rest of the world, now people could like scheme and try to get it because they have more information about Wakanda. Yes. Talokan, we had nothing. They had nothing on Talokan, so we don't know.
The rest of the world is also trying to get into it. Like they're trying to get. So like, what my point is, like, if
and Namor says it, like when Wakanda becomes the world of the enemy, we'll have them as like an ally.
Oh yeah, that's
because they'll call him drawing for him.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean we'll probably get that soon, I guess, from the rumors I'm hearing. But the final fight scene between all of them, that was interesting. Wait, we talk about Killmonger.
Dude, I knew it was happening.
Dude, I knew.
I didn't expect that to be the case. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Who'd you think you were gonna see there?
I really thought she was gonna see her mother, but
her mother didn't. Her mother never took the Hershey herb.
Or I thought she would see her mother, because like, I mean, she did end up kind of seeing or feeling her mom at one point.
At the end. Yeah, I don't know how that works out.
I thought like, it was gonna be her brother, or like, her father at some point, or I thought it could be anybody. I did not expect it to be fucking.
Well, they kind of planted the seeds of that early on, which she says, I want to, if I think about my brother. So it was like when he was there, I was like, that makes fucking sense. And then he was like, why are you here? Like, oh, that's a real question. Like, you chose me. I know he said that. I was like, that's why you chose him, because you were angry and you chose vengeance. And then he's like, why'd you take the herb to become stronger? right? You took it. You took it to become stronger, so you could fucking tear down your enemies, not and you get revenge, not because of a noble reason. You know, it was like fuck. And then I like her suit. Her suit.
Yeah, her suit. Oh my god.
It's a mixture. It's a good mixture of T'Challa's noble silver, but then also, the gold of the ego and the ego of Killmonger, the gold.
Yep.
There was a good mixture too, because she allowed herself to embrace her vengeance and anger, but then she also had, you know, she also has T'Challa's, like, you know, noble in her as well, and it showed at the end where it was. Showed at the very end. It was so good.
I mean, her vengeance was so overpowering.
Dude, my favorite moment in the whole movie, and it's because it's such a callback to Civil War, was when she's about to kill him, and she goes, I won't let vengeance control me anymore. So you know, I'm not gonna let, you know, some about vengeance, right? That's the same line T'Challa said in Civil War. Notice that?
Oh yeah, you're right.
He was like, if vengeance has consumed you, it's consumed them. I'm not gonna let it consume me anymore. So when she said that, you know, she told Killmonger, I'm not like my brother. And then when she said that loud, like, yeah, you're more like your brother than you realize. Like, that's because she has no idea what he told fucking Zemo, but she still repeated those same words. It's like, damn, it was such a good callback to it. Was sure her arc was very similar to T'Challa's arc in Civil War.
Yeah,
very vengeful. Someone, you know, going after someone who killed your parent. And it was the same exact arc, and it was just it was beautifully woven in. It was so good. When she said that, I got a tear. I was like, oh fuck, that was so good. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, it's goddamn. Yeah, fucking. I was very surprised, but yeah, when you put it like that, I like, you know, obviously I picked up on the foreshadowing afterwards. I was like, oh no, she, like, you know, it wasn't the same. She didn't go through the same tradition of like getting the powers of the Black Panther the same way. It's like, you know, it all makes sense, you know, like she was like, why wouldn't she, you know what I mean?
Yeah, why would she say Killmonger?
You could tell Nakia knew that.
Yeah. Who'd you see in there? Yeah, no one. No one. Fucking, if you notice, I'm not sure this is on purpose, but I saw a video. It was like, if you notice, all the people who were inside, away from the planes, were people who betrayed Wakanda. So when T'Challa goes in there, right, he sees his father. He sees other Panthers there, his ancestors. They're out in the open in the field, right? When Killmonger goes there, he sees his father, but his father is in an apartment, and the windows are jail cells. It looks like jail cells. Now you see Killmonger. Where's Killmonger? He's not on the field. He's trapped inside the throne room.
Yeah. Where,
you know, on the throne he definitely wanted to keep. So he's trapped in there by himself. Well, so everyone's out, because like in Civil War, T'Challa mentions, like, you know, when you die, you go out and you're free to roam the fields. But these two guys are stuck inside. They're not roaming the field. Yep. Where T'Challa and T'Chaka are outside roaming the fields right now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of like.
Hey man, he captured the throne at least.
The king of nothing now.
Yeah,
I mean, he's the king of his own Wakanda. Just ain't nobody can believe.
Yeah, but now he's stuck in a throne room where he's like, "Fuck, I was so close to having everything I wanted, and now I just have to sit here and fucking."
What's worse? What's worse? That Killmonger's fate, or the Killmonger fate? What if he was just stuck in fucking like space and time that one moment right there?
Oh, the fighting scene.
Then what if? I think the what if fate is worse. No.
No. So I think the one now is like the
worse.
One where
he's dead.
Like,
he's actually dead.
He's dead. Like in the like in his plane is essentially the throne room. I think that's worse. Like, because
the ottle one still has the chance to survive eventually.
Yeah, and also like he doesn't know. Like that's the thing. Like there's like, you know, the fate is they're kind of stuck in that time for until Dr. Strange can't hold it anymore. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, there's still an opportunity, I guess, of some sort. You know, there's just you know, Killmonger just gets fucked everywhere. I mean, that's kind of for real what's happening. So yeah, but I'm up until this point, like, you know, I didn't expect Rhonda to be dead. I didn't expect Angela Bassett. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like I didn't even expect Angela Bassett to be dead as well when that whole scene came up,
Dude,
and then,
I saw a trailer and someone was like, "Oh, she's gonna die down there." There's no way she's gonna die there. There's no way.
I thought there was no way. I was like, no
There's no
fucking
way.
And like
She drowned.
like, and then she drowns, and I'm like, no fucking way.
Dude, I thought
You know, and
up
saving Riri was fucking. Oh my god, like Jesus Christ, man.
up
Like,
until
it hit me harder.
up until Namor said, "You're queen now," I thought she survived. When he said, "You're queen now," I was like, "Oh, she's actually dead." Fuck. And then
Murked her. Jesus Christ. That was
and then you know, I think when Riri said, wasn't like I'm pretty sure Riri telling Riri she can go if she wants, whatever. And Riri was like, "Well, no, your mother saved me. I owe her that." And it was at that moment I realized that moment of the queen saving her was her Jensen moment. Where like, I could be a hero too. I have the obligation to save other people now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it was cool. But that final, huh?
Should've let her die.
Don't let who die? Riri?
Yeah, should've let her die.
No, because then Shuri would have never found out about or would have gotten the herb back. The plant.
Yeah.
She would have never generated it.
Well, I mean, a part of the generation happened with because of the what's it called?
Bracelet.
It's like the fibers from
The bracelet.
the bracelet, which I think now I think that was the big like callback, which was like the herb is very very similar to what the Atlanteans have, or like what Talakana has, like what their people.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
like,
It's
different armies
so
and that. It's very similar to
so someone. I think the meteor that led in Talokan, I think there's like people were speculating that was a meteor that killed the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And it sounds like maybe there's an overarching plan somewhere. Maybe there's a reason why those two meteors were dropped in those two places. Why we don't know yet. Maybe celestials, maybe something, I don't know. But yeah, those two things were basically the same. They're vibranium. They're one and the same. So
Well, yeah, yeah. Or they're like, because isn't it? I think she explained it was like we know that the meteor was essentially a vibranium meteor, right? That's what we do know. But that the explosion caused the minerals around it essentially
to make the heart shape herb.
Right, to make like to make those herbs, and then as the ones that Talakana has as well.
Yeah.
So like, it's So I mean,
it's the same material. It's the same. They could be maybe the same comets split apart, and one went to Africa, one in the ocean. But regardless, it's the same thing. It's just that, and it kind of like now. I think there's some characters here in the movie that really got like. My only complaint with the movie is that some characters that should got more shine. Okay, whatever. I can't ever say your name right. Okoye. There you go.
Yeah.
She got more shine because now she went through a whole arc where she's no longer part of the Dormelage, and her whole concept of life and meaning of her life got so weird.
Yeah,
Like,
ripped away from her.
upended, yeah.
well, only that, but like now we know that there's another meteor out there full of vibranium. Before they thought they were chosen. Now you told me there's another nation out there that has the same. They got the same. Yeah, it's like what I thought we were special. What so one of the things where it's,
she does mention that. Yeah. That they like
her whole line of like her whole way of thinking just got blown up. She's no longer Dormelage, and her country isn't as like. May not be like one of is a chosen one. They weren't chosen for this. Maybe it just happened. They got lucky.
Also, the concept too, because Wakanda, only one person gets the powers of the Black Panther.
That's a tradition. Yeah, because
only that one person is supposed to.
Because if you look at the backstories of Wakanda and then the backstory of Talokan, Wakanda, the Black Panther came about because. What they were warring tribes, and then Bashinka took the herb and united people as Black Panther. Whereas in Talokan, they took it as a way of survival. They took it to
as survival, and Namor ended up being the mutant that was born from a human and someone. He was
like, Namor just got happened to be just what makes Namor special for people in Telecon is he's a mutant. So and they call him the Feather Serpent God because he's the only one who could fly. So that's what makes him different. Whereas in Wakanda,
he can also be on land too.
Yeah.
He's got
he didn't need a mask.
The ability to fly, be on land, and be in the ocean as well.
Whereas Black Panther, he just takes a heart-shaped herb. He's not. What makes it special? What makes a Black Panther special is a heart-shaped herb and who's there. I mean, T'Challa or Shuri or whatever. You know what I mean, but yeah, she should have shined through more. And then also, can we talk about M'Baku?
Oh no, we did. But M'Baku was obviously fucking great. Come on, now.
Dude. So I'm seeing one of the dumbest complaints I'm seeing about the movie is fucking there's no male masculinity there. Blah, blah, blah. Did you miss M'Baku? Like he was a just because he's at the lead character doesn't mean he's not black men ain't represented. Like this motherfucker was everything he did everything what a man should do. He was like he was there for comfort. He was there to help to lead them in the right path, but not force it. He was there as a good friend for T'Challa. He was there for the queen, even though he disagreed with what the king was doing. He was always there. You know what I mean? Like that was.
And now he'll be the new king.
And now he's a king. So like it's so stupid. Like it's like there's no black male representation, bro. He's a king now. What do you mean? He just you can make a whole separate movie just from M'Baku's standpoint. From Wakanda Forever, you can make a whole different movie. It's just that we got Shuri's point of view instead of M'Baku's point of view.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, because of like my not distaste, but like I think my some of my my not like I like Shuri obviously, like, but again I think there's a couple scenes that are uncomfortable, that are just like not uncomfortable, awkward really. I wouldn't be surprised if like I really was expecting maybe M'Baku to be like the next Black Panther. Obviously, spoilers from the trailers kind of already knew that it was going to be Shuri, but
here's the thing, M'Baku cannot be Black Panther because M'Baku doesn't believe in the Black Panther. He doesn't worship the Panther goddess.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
That's
the Black Panther defender, like the main point of contact.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way.
Gonna unite all the tribes because
that's what
he's looking at it from like coming from the outside perspective. Like, man, y'all fucking everything up. Like, y'all making this country look weak.
So the way it works is, you saw it in Civil War before T'Chaka died. You had your Black Panther who was T'Challa, and you had T'Chaka who was king. So this is the first time Black Panther and King were the same people. Obviously, it's obvious that there's a way of doing it. So people like to bring up, M'Baku challenged T'Challa in the first movie. He challenged him for King, not Black Panther.
Yeah, he did do it for King. Yeah.
So what happened was T'Challa would have saved Black Panther, but he would have been served under M'Baku. So it just doesn't make the heart-shaped herb is fucking Bosk. Well, the heart-shaped herb is basically Boss's gift to her avatar, which is the Black Panther. And why would she give her gift to someone who doesn't worship her?
That makes sense, yeah.
So that's why he can't be Black Panther.
I think one of my favorite lines from him was, "We live in the mountains, but like something about the internet."
Say what?
Like we live in the mountains, but like we're not animals. We have access to the internet.
We have internet. We have internet.
Because he had mentioned that they call him the Great Serpent God, and then everyone was looking at him like confused. He was like, "We live in the mountains. We live in the mountains. We're not idiots though."
Am I the only one who, after the movie, just every once in a while he just says out loud that same line? His people do not call him king or general; they call him Kukul Khan, the Feather Serpent God. Kukul Khan, the Feather Serpent God. Dude.
I thought
so funny.
Whenever they say like cuckoo, I thought it was he's cuckoo.
No, Kukul Khan. Well, it's actually a real thing. There's actually my my supervisor said he hasn't watched Black Panther: Wakanda Forever at all. But we mentioned me and my friend were going, we're singing "Cool God." Me and my coworker, he's like, "What are you guys talking about? Cool God?" Yeah, he's like, "Oh, there's a documentary on Netflix about it. It's really good. You should watch it." I'm like, "Oh, I should watch it. It sounds pretty good." But yeah, no, it's actually a real thing. Obviously, yeah, it's a Mayan.
Wow.
You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, cool. Cool God is.
Before this, so.
I don't know much of the mythos or the lore of it, but Cool God is the actual this feather serpent god is the actual god that the Mayans worshipped or whatever, or the Mayans believed in.
I mean, basically everything that's involved with MCU has
Some type of exactly, yeah. He had Thor: Love and Thunder that showed all the gods in there and shit too. So and you have Moon Knight that showed the afterlife. So like the afterlife is just whatever you believe in that whatever you believe in as a person. So
for gonna involve Jesus.
You know what, they were gonna involve him, but in Thor: Love and Thunder, but he took him out, which I think was a great idea. Because could you imagine how pissed off people would be?
Yeah, so many people.
Yeah. Look, they're Hercules now.
Your hand, you bitch. What you want?
Oh, I didn't realize it goes in the middle of my screen.
But
For me, because it's the top right corner.
What else? Yeah, M'Baku was such a great character. I can't see more of M'Baku as king. It's
Right, when he got punched in the chest, that shit had me dying.
bro, I thought for a second when he punched, I was like, yo, please don't kill M'Baku. And he was like, oh, I'm like, okay, he's alive, thank God. Oh God, don't kill M'Baku, please.
He has that armor on, man.
He got a reality check.
Bro, after that, did you notice his whole like fucking after that his whole like posture changed about Namor? Like, I guess after he did some research, he was like, yo, they call him Cool Climb, bro. We can't fuck with this motherfucker. Hold on.
Yo, cause he was oh, he was making fun of me. He was like, oh, there's
the fishman. There's a fishman.
It's a fishman.
There's a fishman out there who can fly. If we ride, and you see when he goes in the water, he's like, are they running on whales? He was like, and they get punched by Namor. He's like, bro, this motherfucker real. I think after that he probably went home. He was like, yo, let me go on this Wi-Fi real quick. Who the fuck? Cool God. That's a god. We can't fuck with him.
I can't be fucking with this guy. This guy gonna fucking shit up.
Bro, he needs a vibranium chest piece, man.
But well,
and that's why he becomes king. It's like, give me that vibranium. I don't want to get punched again.
No, but that brings another point. Like Shuri. So the real reason why Shuri didn't kill Namor wasn't because she valued Namor's life. It's because she valued the life of her people and the people of Talokan. Because like M'Baku says, you know, if you kill him, that's eternal war. You killed a god. That's like you know, fucking Jesus come back to life, and then you know, at this day and age, and then when someone kills Jesus, yo, it's all my Donkey Kong, bro. Like people, that's a war. So if you kill their
kill a god, you're not really a god. So.
I mean,
but still,
I know.
Yeah, I mean, if you kill their god figure, like he's not a king. Like he's not a king to them. He's not in general. Well, what I'm saying is, like, to them, he's not just a king or a general. He's a fucking god to them. If you kill a god, like they're not gonna let up, and that'll cause. Because if you saw at the end, she saw her people. She saw people at Talokan, the people she met there, and she was like, "We're the same." You know what I mean? It's the same struggle. We're fighting each other. If I kill him, we're gonna kill each other.
And then what happens? Then the world gets vibranium for free.
And then the colonists win.
Yeah, I mean,
which
that's like actually like, what would have happened?
I mean, I hate to get like political and shit like that, but like this is what you know the colonizers do, right? They put minorities, you know, people of different races against each other on purpose. I mean, it's what they did. It's what they did with Jewish people. It's, you know, I mean, it's what they do. It's what they do. So that movie was just like, it hits on so many fucking like cultural notes, so many political notes, but still makes a really good comic book movie. And that's what I love about it. It touches on a lot of real life situations without you realizing it, or you do realizing it. You know, it's if you pay attention, you know, hard enough. You know, it's cool. I like the end where, you know, some people are like, oh, it's corny, you know, why didn't she kill him? That's why. And then now Namor has an ally, which is interesting.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about it is like I'm okay with again like not every one of our villains like dying.
Oh yeah, you don't have to kill.
Having a persistent villain is so fucking important for like the life of any fucking in the comics. That's
besides Wolverine, right? In the X-Men franchise, what character was carrying the franchise? Magneto.
Yeah.
And he was a constant villain in every single not every movie. He was a constant character. Either he was a villain or he was an anti-hero or anti-villain, whatever. But an anti-hero.
Yeah. He's definitely a villain. But he's kind of like
it depends on
what side.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he is doing it for he's looking at it as mutant superiority.
Yeah.
More than anything. Right?
Exactly.
That's Magneto's thing is that like he knows the value of mutants, and so as a result of that, like wants mutants to be superior, and like he knows that humans
and sometimes the agenda with him and Xavier align because humanity wants to is afraid of mutants and want to eradicate them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
like while Xavier wants to, I don't want to say like he definitely wants to protect mutants, but he never wants to push he wants them to be accepted into the world as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like it aligns when it's coming to protecting mutants. That's when like Magneto.
Yeah, that's a big difference between like Namor, MCU Namor, and then comic book Magneto, or even like the movie Magnetos. Is that Namor? He's a big they're superior. He just wants his people to stay his people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but I want to watch it again because at the end when Namor's talking, he's making like a mural of the Black Panther, right? Yeah, I can see. I would pick this to what he was drawing, but yeah. We also get hints of like.
Well, he was pretty much because in those types of cultures, like for their futures, it's their way of
preserving history.
And preserving history, so it was basically him and the Black Panther and unity.
Yeah.
There was a time of battle and war. And now that we are united.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking love Namor, man. It's so fucking cool, man. I love Namor. Namor is so cool.
It's so fucking cool.
Oh, we got a little hint of a possible Namor project at the end there, because in the comics, Atumba is actually his enemy. They don't get along. His general, like the warrior. So at the end there, you have Namora kind of like questioning him, and it's probably the first time.
Like, I wanted to fight with you.
Yeah, so like I wonder if that's gonna draw us. Like he lost a battle. He actually lost. He could have died.
Yeah.
Like he can be killed. So I wonder if that's like gonna have like maybe Atuma wants to be king. He wants to challenge him. He sees that he's not immortal. He can be touched.
I can see that being a thing. Yeah,
right.
and also like you have someone as prideful like that you looked up to like lost, you know what I mean? So like it makes sense. It's kind of like what would you?
I think we're gonna have one. I think we're gonna have one more project before the next Avengers movie, and it's gonna establish him being like, I am the motherfucking man. Don't you dare fucking question me anymore. And then we're gonna have like probably a movie where obviously Talokan and Wakanda have a team up or something. And then we'll probably get Secret Wars or something like that. I don't know. I can't wait to a moment where fucking the Avengers have to come knock at Namor's door. So like, hey, we kind of need your help, man.
That's gonna be really interesting. We'll have to see. I mean, it might be a long time. I mean, depending on how the next, how the next phase goes, like it may be a long time before we get like really into something going on with regards to tying everything together, because that was my thing with this whole phase. Because now that this phase over, it's like
yep. Can we talk about how this phase was a phase of fucking grief and mourning, very depressing phase.
Yeah, it was.
During COVID, sucks.
Dude, you had WandaVision, you had Moon Knight, which dealt with him losing his mom and shit. You had fucking Thor: Love and Thunder, where Jane dies. No Way Home, Aunt May. You have You have this with T'Challa and the Queen dying. Like this phase.
You don't have character building without close ones dying.
No, but this whole phase is people dying, bro. This whole phase is just people dying, bro.
How about Doctor Strange?
More like you could. There's more like Wanda as well. Like Wanda's.
Yeah, because we lose Wanda as like as.
Wanda lose their children even more. Like at the end of WandaVision, it was like I lost Vision, but I hear my kids back there. They're out there somewhere now. And Doctor Strange's like, yo, that's it. It's over. I can't get my kids. Like it won't be right.
I think this phase, and I don't 100% love this phase, and like it mostly comes from the fact that like, you know, and I don't think it's like cameos would have fixed it, right? I think there's like super crazy great standouts in this phase. Like Loki was great, Moon Knight was great.
This phase had a lot of stuff that was like not really connected as much.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the stuff.
This phase was more of introducing everything new, so that when the next phase occurs, we can just sort of get straight into the action.
Yeah.
Well, what's phase 5?
Because a big part of I think what made the previous phases so good was like we were kind of building into something, right? That was getting like. So like when we got our previous phases, right? Like we were always building all of our films around the Avenger films, right? So like everything was building up to the Avengers.
Yep, and that was the end of the phase.
And that was like, now that's like over and done with. So now, kind of like what's the like objective? Because we finished the phase on Black Panther. And the next movie now is
the objective of phase 4 was to make us fucking cry like bitches. All right, that was the objective.
Yeah, no, that was part of it, and this is not a fault of their own as well, because obviously this phase was a lot of introducing new cast of characters, right? Like this is
expanding, a lot of expanding.
Yeah, it's a lot of expanding. It's a lot of beginning new. So we don't have a lot of stuff that's like connect. We're not all building up into the Avengers anymore. Right?
It was fun. It's funny. Phase 4 is so not connected. Phase 5 starts off with like Quantum Mini. Here's King the fucking Conqueror. Here's your big bad Avengers. Here you go.
Yeah.
Right off the gate. Like here it is. Boom. Here's King. This is our big bad.
So like that's the part that's like, I love the fact that we have a lot of diverse series that now like can kind of expand. We know that Loki season 2 is gonna probably happen. We know that like
it's been filmed.
So like we know that. Oh, okay, so that's even better. You know, Moon Knight is like in the talks still.
I don't know about Moon Knight, yeah.
But we have like a lot of things that are coming from it. We're not.
I mean, we're still waiting on fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that too.
That comes out right after that comes out after Quantumania. You have
we've been waiting on that for like what?
So with Phase 4, you have Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternal, Spider-Man, No Way Home. All the movies, the only ones that really connect are the multiverse movies, where you have No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, and you have Loki that connects to it. But everything, What If, basically, right? But everything else is kind of like. It's like you have some multiverse stuff, you have some mutant stuff, you have some time travel. I mean, you have different stuff like that, but none of them connects.
Shang-Chi is involved with Wong.
I mean, but like you don't have like an overarching like
overlapping
overart like a like I say, you don't have something you're leading to. Like Phase 1, you led to Avengers. Phase 2 led to Age of Ultron. Phase 3, you led to Infinity War Endgame. Whereas this, your final film was Wakanda Forever, and there was no grand payoff to the build up for the end of the phase. And that's Phase 4 downfall. Now it's gonna be Phase 5 too, because Phase 5 is no Avengers movie, as far as I see.
Yeah, I mean Phase 5, from what it looks like, is that the multiverse saga is only gonna last. Phase 5 is going to last a year. So Phase 4 had already lasted from 2021 to 2022. Phase 5 is going to last from 2023 to 2024. Phase 6 is going to be 2024 to 2026. And that's like kind of the timeline.
We're almost to the point now where Iron Man, Iron will be dead. If the blip actually happened, he will be dead next year. 2023 in a few months.
Wait, what did you say?
If we were in the MCU, right? Everyone coming when everyone come back, the battle at the facility would happen in a few months,
Yeah.
and Tony Stark will be dead. That's crazy. It's been almost 5 years.
Yeah, no, it's a huge amount of time. So, but that's the thing is like, so this phase was very much
Co-
introducing kind of
COVID helped with that too, though. So
yeah, it didn't. It's not the fault of like, you know, what could you do with a global pandemic that kind of fucks your whole schedule up, right?
yeah,
But a lot of the
Release
And
more movies and have people watch it and pay for it instead of going to the theater and have them buy it from home.
yeah, and it's also like the other thing is that they also took, because this was a new phase and like they decided to really like take new risks. Like, let's not forget that like you know, this is the first time since Marvel has begun that they decided to do TV shows, and a lot of the TV shows I think were really good. WandaVision was awesome. Loki was awesome. What If was awesome.
dude, I think that the next
Moon Knight, Hawkeye are some of my favorites. She-Hulk was fucking amazing. Like, all these shows are really, really fucking good.
before Wakanda Forever, I was the best Phase 4 project was Werewolf by Night. That was really fucking
Werewolf by
good.
Night was really good.
But
That was good.
I think that's what the future of like Disney Plus Marvel content is or the 1 hour specials, because that was really fucking good.
That was really good. My personal favorite is Moon Knight. Like, it's like guaranteed Moon Knight. Like Moon Knight
really
so
good.
fucking good. But that's the thing is like, we didn't get the build up to the Avengers, right? Like the normal Phase 1, 2, and 3, right? And we got a lot of new introductions to our new cast, and I'm okay with the way it happened. It's to take it into retrospect. Like, we are very much in this weird place right now where there's not a lot of continuity with a lot of the people or characters, right? So like, beyond the fact that like Loki showed like, let's not forget what Loki kind of showed, which was like the Loki season 1 showed a little bit of WandaVision from that scene at the end with like, you know, with Wanda's like Scarlet Witch powers like happening kind of right when Loki was like that kind of.
I'm not sure if that's confirmed, but yeah, it's a pretty good parallel. I mean, it's a pretty good theory.
That was like one part of it. Personally, Eternals I think could have done so much more to kind of connect the universe more, but like, it's, you know, instead we really got like the movie to really connect a lot of this was like Multiverse of Madness. No Way Home did a lot better at kind of continuing the continuity and that like we exist in this Marvel universe. She-Hulk also did a really good job as well too. Those three pieces of media I think did the best job. And Hawkeye too.
The movies and shows, most of them did something where like they connected them very, very subtly, like in Wakanda Forever and in No Way Home. They had like little news snippet. Like if you looked at the TV, you know, whether the news on, they had like little snippets, like Ant-Man doing this, or like New Asgard and Wakanda, blah blah blah, shit like that. You see like the scripts, the little snippets there. But so they did it subtly. It's just they didn't want to like, they just want to set these characters on their own first, I guess, and not connect them. Like
the pieces of media that did the most connecting was like Multiverse of Madness, No Way Home, She-Hulk, and like Hawkeye. That's like the ones that did the most in kind of giving us a look as to what
Marvel. I think Marvel was just. I think Marvel just want to try something different. Like, okay, we did this, right? Yeah. Now, Marvel's like, oh, let's show DC how it's done. Let's just not connect everything. Let's just show them how it's done real quick.
Yeah. No, it's really good, but it is jarring.
One of DC's complaints, DCU complaints is like, or DCEU, formerly DCEU, what complaints is that there was no build up to Justice League, that the movies didn't connect as much, blah blah, right? And then Marvel did the same thing with Phase 4, and it's not as bad as DC, in my opinion. You know what I mean? They did a good job connecting stuff. Still,
yeah, because like they still gave us like, again, She-Hulk did a fantastic job connecting us to the greater MCU universe, with like, you know, giving us that like there are
characters out there who aren't superheroes, who are just doing shit, like they're living their lives, doing normal jobs,
and that affect the entire rest of like the little world or whatever that happens, you know, for She-Hulk. And you know, the same thing with, there's like every single show, WandaVision does the same thing. Like, you know, let's not forget that like Wanda created essentially like this whole fucking huge ass bubble across fucking I forgot the name of the town, whatever, but you know, to the point where everybody just came out of nowhere. I mean, it was Sword at that point, right? Or because it wasn't the DODC, because we didn't really, I think it was just Sword, right? But
that was Sword, yeah.
Yeah, so that was Sword. And unfortunately, we didn't get anything regarding Sword. Like, also Sword just disappeared in the DODC.
We'll probably get more Sword in Secret Invasion with Nick Fury. They're like our new Shield, probably. Like DODC is like, they're like your lower level type of people, or Shield is like top level agency. I mean, they're in fucking space. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
so
that's the thing, is that we got very much a very scattered continuity.
I feel like
versus like the old phases, but this still did amazing. This did a phenomenal job at giving us like everything that we kind of wanted.
Phase 4 introduced, they're juggling different, they introduced more cosmic stuff, right? Because we're gonna get Galactus eventually. You get Fantastic Four, you're getting Galactus, right?
Oh yeah, that's
so
gonna happen.
You're getting Galactus, right? So you introduce more of the you know, celestial world, whatever. But then you also introduce mutants with Mr. Marvel and now Namor. They're kind of, and then also She-Hulk. There's mention of a man with metal claws in a fight in a bar in the newspaper. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh, are you talking about the kitty cat guy?
Wolverine?
No, the kitty cat guy.
Black Panther?
No, the kitty cat guy. I'm just giving you shit, bro.
Oh, wow.
I'm just trying to confuse the fuck out of you.
So they introduced mutants there, and then you also introduced, and then the multiverse was like the big overarching theme. But then you also, it's just multiverse was a big overarching theme, but they also left little hints and trails for mutants, and then like Galactus stuff, and then X-Men stuff, and so whereas like phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3 were just like Infinity Stone, look, a Thunderstone, look, a stone, look, the gauntlet. Whereas this is like, hey, look, multiverse. Oh, look at the mutants over here. Oh, look, there's more stuff over here. Look, you know, it's just like, okay, what are we focusing on? But they did go on.
I think to what you were saying, when, you know, because Quantumanium is like right afterwards, and we're gonna get Kang the Conqueror, which we were already alluded to from Loki, right?
Yeah, which is good.
That I think is the big like moment, and I think that's really good of them to kind of look at that, because you're right, Jay. Like a lot of the complaints about the DCU is that there was like no build up to Justice League. Justice League happened, and then they decided to like kind of piece it together, because you know, DCEU wanted to be they wanted to have the success and the fucking they wanted the money that Avengers was giving them for Justice League. That's like, they didn't think of it as like, oh, let's create stuff, because, you know, like they didn't even introduce this new Batman, and they just gave us Batman versus Superman, and that's it. Like, it was just dumb, you know, that made no fucking sense. It was just like, we didn't even get to know who this new Batman was, and like, it's like everybody apparently still likes Ben Affleck as Batman, which I'm like, dude, fuck this.
I liked him as Batman.
I like him as Batman.
Here's my thing. If you guys haven't seen like the Batman with like Robert Pattinson's The Batman, the arguably, like, you know, I love Christian Bale. He's awesome. I think the trilogy is really, really good. But Robert Pattinson's Batman is really fucking phenomenal. I mean, the Batman is a good ass fucking movie. That
Batman, he's a year 2 Batman. He's still pretty new, so it was good to see a not veteran Batman. It was cool. I mean, he was making mistakes and shit.
I think the film itself was so fucking good, and like, I appreciate a lot of what that does more than like, and obviously now, like, I didn't watch Black Adam, but I know that now Henry Cavill is like fucking Superman again, which is cool. but I think a lot of the DCU's problems can be like chalked up to the fact that like they don't have a lot of people who care about their universe, and now we have something like this where, you know, Phase 5 is really going to be super interesting to see what goes on beyond this, because we have a lot of projects coming up in Phase 5.
Yeah.
Quantumanium.
So
I'm reading off the list: is Quantumanium, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvels, Captain America: New World Order, Thunderbolts, Blade, and then What If, Secret Invasion, Echo, Loki, Ironheart, Agatha, Covenant of Chaos, and then Daredevil.
So Phase 4 and Phase 5, if the rumors I'm reading are true about these future movies, is like, instead of doing like overarching, like leading up to Avengers, they're doing team up movies or team up moments. So like, I'm hearing She-Hulk is kind of like gonna build up into Captain America: New World Order. And apparently Wakanda Forever somehow as well. So like those three movies are gonna like do some type of team up, I guess. So like Avengers, you have like, you know, Sam, and you know, you have the Thunderbolts in there, or some, I don't know, something, right? And then you have, I'm hearing rumors that Daredevil Born Again is gonna lead into Spider-Man 4, where you have, and you know, the rumor is, and I'm hoping, because when I heard that, I was like, when I read that first part, I was like, Kingpin. And then the rumor is, the rumor is they're gonna have Governor or Mayor Kingpin arc, where that's gonna bring together Daredevil and Spider-Man for New York. You know what I mean? That's gonna be cool. That's a rumor.
That's the way.
So it's actually Echo, Daredevil, and then Spider-Man. So you have Wakanda Forever, so Captain America, and
Do you think you would get Kate Bishop in there too, or what?
Yeah. She's a huge part of that.
in New York. Maybe.
Yeah.
It depends on what she's doing with Hawkeye. I'm not sure. Like, what's her role now? Like, what is she doing? Who's she working for?
I mean, we don't know yet, but
Exactly. Yeah.
We know that it's like, we know that she probably, maybe, let's assume that like, if they're building up a Young Avengers, which they are, she'll probably be a part of it as well.
Do you think in Secret Invasion we'll finally get like a team forming?
Yeah, we could probably get it in that, or maybe in Ironheart. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I don't know, cause like
I don't know if we'll get it in Ironheart, because Ironheart will be like a TV series. So
Like,
it'll kind of be.
and we'll finally get Mephisto too, by the way. But
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like when, because like, yeah, we got all these characters, but how they're gonna come together, like how we're gonna introduce them together. Is there gonna be some type of new Avengers initiative?
I'll tell you how they get all introduced together. Wong, the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, that could also be that could be the case.
And then
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity. I don't know where she sits, but you know, I think they'd be crazy not to expand on it in some way, shape, or form.
it's gonna be, I don't know what to do with that. It's gonna be, I don't know. But then you also have like, our you know, older Avengers. You have our fucking, you know, Thor. You have War Machine out there, so it's gonna Armor Wars. You have Sam out there. You have Bucky out there. So like, when are they gonna team up? Like, what's gonna be? Well, okay, so those characters already know each other, right? So that's fine. They could somehow get in contact with each other one way or another, right? I'm assuming they have each other's numbers. But all these young characters, like, how are they gonna team up?
I'm not sure. And
why would they team up? Like, why would you put together that team instead of putting at the big guns?
Because you want to have your A team, your B team, your C team, and your D team, just in case there's multiple things happening at the same time. Because, you know.
Well, I think that goes to credit. It's the ABT, but I think that goes to credit as to why they're doing it the way they are now, where they're doing small pockets of teams going against certain villains within, like.
Do you think
that are happening?
Do you think we'll have
You
some?
can't have the same person on the other side of the earth dealing with 3 different
Okay.
problems.
Do you think do you think Kang Dynasty will have like? Oh, go on. Sorry.
No. So the reason I say this is, like, think of it like this, right? Kingpin is like New York's supervillain, right? Like that's like one way, right? If we get Doctor Doom, right, he's a supervillain that like would require a different set of villains to deal with that, or a different set of heroes to deal with that, right? Specifically, you know, Ironheart's gonna have her own villain, like fucking Armor Wars is gonna have its own thing. Like you're gonna just need a different set of people that would work like with that within that like whole thing.
But what would I'm just thinking like what would bring only thing I can think of there's something happening at the same time that's split up, right? And then I'm thinking, do you think in King Dynasty or Secret Wars obviously deal with multiverse stuff, right? So like you probably gotta have like you're gonna have like Tobey Maguire and the Garfield, you're gonna have the old X-Men cast from Fox, you're gonna have the Fantastic Four, all those from the Fox series. But do you think King Dynasty will have a moment where we'll have different versions of Kang and we have to split teams up and you'll get your Young Avengers moment there?
I mean, maybe. I just think Kang. I don't know Kang. See, like, okay, like if you told me, I don't know much about Kang, right? Like in terms of like my knowledge of him is like completely out of the way. So like, if you told me that we're gonna we're gonna build it up to like Dormammu or fucking like
Galactus,
Doctor Doom or Galactus, right? Like that, I'd be like, okay, I know that, but because I don't know much about Kang or like what his motives are, really like, what's the deal? I really don't know, like if he's like a villain that would require.
He said it in Loki.
He's a descendant of Reed Richards. He's Nathaniel Richards. He's also Iron Lad, and one version of Iron Lad. He's someone in no matter what universe, no matter what part of the timeline, he's someone who is so smart who could figure things out. And unfortunately, a lot of his variants are fucking evil assholes who want power. So I can see a moment where like maybe there's a weird thing in the Avengers movie where you have a King the Conqueror on one timeline about to do something, and you have a King Conqueror another timeline about to do something, and you split the teams. And I'm like, okay, well, Avengers over here and the Young Avengers go over here. I can see something like that happening. As far as like, but I'm not sure about MCU Kang. It looks like MCU Kang, if you saw the trailer for Quantumania, I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet, but I've seen trailers. I've seen the 10 rings, like the actual like the 10 rings, and the wherever Kang is at in the quantum realm, the technology looks very 10 rings ish. And Kamala Khan's bangle also ties into that as well, I think.
Yeah.
So I think this next
wait, does it?
The technology is very, very alike, and they both came and they both came for as far as I can tell. I watched it. I didn't see any spoilers for Shang-Chi, but they mentioned that they found the bangle in the area where there was a sign of the 10 rings or something like that. They found it in the same area where the 10 rings were. So wherever King is at, I think it's very connected to 10 rings. It looks very similar.
Possibly.
Like, yeah, I mean, 10 rings.
Like an image or something.
I got you.
Because like, the
Get a good shot right here.
we know that the bangle in Miss Marvel is from the noir, like it's noir based. So in noir, we unfortunately didn't get a lot of information on what the noir is in the first place. So like, I don't know.
Here we go. Okay, look at this.
That's what it is, right?
I'll pull up a picture of the bangle here in a second. Let me just show you this.
Because does the noir technically deal with the quantum realm?
All right, so here are the 10 rings right here, right?
Okay.
And here is the area where Kang's at in the movie.
Yeah.
See, even
Olympus, bro. It's like the same shit.
Olympus, the same thing.
I mean, style wise.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they move. Like here, we'll watch the trailer. Like keep this in mind and watch.
It's hard to say. That's the thing.
They look very like.
They do look similar.
I got to share the program so we can hear it. I mean, never mind. We're not even watching.
No,
it.
yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I've seen this like 4 times.
I've seen it once.
You see it? Like that, dude. That's
Yeah,
very
but-
10 ring. Look.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah, I can see it, but I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense because the 10 rings are basically like a mobile device of that.
And remember, I just thought about this. So okay, I ain't gonna lie, I watched more for Shang-Chi. At the after credit scene for Shang-Chi, they say that the ring is sending a signal to somewhere, right?
Yes, that is something.
Quantumania, what sucks Scott Lang and all of them into the fucking
Signal.
the signal that she was sending out to.
Do you think it's possible?
I think the 10 rings. I think the bangle from Miss Marvel, and I think wherever they are in the quantum realm, they're all connected somehow.
The bangle is a noir. The bangle is noir. Like,
But I think it's somehow connected to it.
I fucking. This is my issue with Miss Marvel, is that fucking Miss Marvel does not explain the fucking noir, and like.
So right here,
the
Miss-
noir is completely different than the quantum realm. Like, hands down.
no, 100% is different. But this is where the bangle is. And you see what's on the floor? The 10 rings.
Oh, the 10
Well,
rings.
the 10 rings, yeah.
So
No,
but this
true.
is where the bangle was found.
No, but the bangle, didn't they already know about the bangle in the noir already?
I said the bangle, the health and
Because I thought the bangle was specifically noir based.
Why are 10 rings in Miss Marvel? We can assume that the 10 rings either built the temple or marked this place for a powerful artifact. But we don't know the exact reason. We can let guess us do with the bangles.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they were searching for the bangles. The bangles came from that temple.
Also, it did come from the temple. Okay. So, but then how did her mother and them know that, like?
Probably stories or something. Stories or something. I don't know.
But they're from the noir. You know what I mean? See the weird conundrum with this.
I
whole
mean,
thing?
so the noir were called what again in the show? They're called like some type of demon, right? So if you're from the noir, right, and you hear people describing these beings, they sound like you, like, oh, that sounds like us. You research that, and you research from there. You find out where that came from, what culture it came from, where it could be, and that leads you down to where they found it.
Let me see.
Because they were called fuck.
I don't remember. But this is why I don't like this. This is why I don't like Miss Marvel. Hold on, let me see.
Clandestines.
Yeah, the clandestines. That's what it was.
They're called jinns. So if you're from the noir and people describing these jinn beings, they mention them, like, that sounds like us. Maybe I should look into like where they, what culture, whatever, look into the history of that, and you can kind of go from there, find out, oh, okay, well, but the Bengals are probably here, because you do your research.
I just personally, the fact that the Bengals whack, just hands down, the Bengals whack. I don't like the noir. I personally think Ms. Marvel is fun.
Even the bangle looks kind of like the 10 ring technology. You see that?
No, it does, but the 10 rings.
Yeah,
has such a better.
They're definitely connected.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it by pictures, but I think the 10 rings have a more explicit design language connected to the quantum realm more than the bangle itself.
But there's a reason why the bangle was found in the area with the 10 ring symbol.
Yeah,
they're connected. They're connected somehow.
They're connected somehow, but I don't, because, and this is not our fault for speculating, right? Because we can speculate all we want. It's the fact that they didn't explain the fucking bangle in the first place, or the noir, or any of the fucking other shit. It's not. we can
Hey,
speculate. It's
leave
what happened.
leave Miss Marvel alone, all right? I love that show. Leave it alone. Shut up. Shut up.
I love the
I
show
won't.
too.
Stop it.
It's fun, but goddamn, I fucking
Leave her.
it's the
Leave my girl
weak-
alone.
It's the weakest,
All right?
It's the weakest fucking piece of media in the fucking.
You bring out the fucking big brother in me. I leave her alone, all right?
I love the actor, love the series. I love it. It was awesome.
No,
but it's the weakest one for me, and I can't. I will never. That's a travesty to itself that it could have done so much more, and it didn't. And that's all I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to hate on it too much because I do like the series. It was fun when I watched it, but goddamn, did it piss me off.
So Ben, shut the fuck up, let the hate flow through you, and talk all the trash you want.
I just, yeah, I think, I wonder what King is after. I don't know.
Man, we're just gonna have to wait.
Yeah, I know. Like, I wonder what he's after, right? And I wonder if that is what kicks off the whole events of like, kicks off like the pieces that tumble into Kang Dynasty, the Avengers movie. Like, what? Did you want?
Do you think Kang will be stronger than Thanos?
Define stronger, because Thanos. What made Thanos strong was the stones. Thanos himself, like, if Folk was a train. If Folk was a train, actually learn how to fucking fight and not use your pure rage, I think Hulk could have fought him. I think what made Thanos scary was he was strong as shit.
What's Thanos' race? What was he again? Like
He's a Titan.
yeah, Titans are super strong, but they don't have like
No.
they're not like
So Thanos in the MCU, what makes him dangerous. He's strong as shit. But he's also a really good warrior, right?
Yeah.
And he's also good at, you know, I guess he might be good at like being a planner, like a
he's like
strategy.
he's not a conqueror like Kang is, but he's like I know what you mean though. I know.
Yeah, Kang. What makes Kang dangerous in the comics, at least, I'm not sure. And it looks like in MCU, he's super smart, and he has the technology to actually take advantage of and do things.
Like okay, power wise, and like intellect wise, one of the strongest like in the comics, like I think is like Doctor Doom. He's got the power and the smarts to do it. Doctor Doom's fucking strong.
I can't wait till we get Doom in the MCU, bro. Doom is so good. I love Doom.
So Doctor Doom is hella fucking strong. There's like always advantages. Like Thanos has the stones, right? Like the stones make him like the like essentially the limitless power of the stones.
But the thing is, Kang can get the stones. Kang can get the stones too, but Kang realizes the stones don't mean shit. In the grand scheme of the multiverse, the stones don't mean shit.
Oh yeah,
and that's something Thanos doesn't realize either. So I think Kang is more dangerous because of the knowledge he has.
It's hard to say. Damn, I don't even know.
I think Thanos is stronger, but I think Kang is more dangerous because of what he knows and how he uses it. He manipulated the multiverse.
Yeah, that's kind of.
He had it. In Loki, he a variant of him was able to take over, and
he remains, bro.
He was able to take it over and mold the multiverse into what he wanted. Like, you think the Avengers survived? You think the Avengers survived because they're strong? No, he allowed them to survive. I allowed that shit to happen.
That's kind of actually true, though.
Like, I need you guys. Really I believe he needed Tony Stark to survive long enough to figure out time travel so he can use the information in the future.
That's so fucking. That's crazy. That's fucking.
Right?
That's crazy.
Right?
That's kind of crazy.
It's crazy, dude. It's wild. And I mean, in the comics, I guess he's Iron. A version of him is a hero. He's Iron Lad. And he's related he's related to Reed Richards. He's a descendant of Reed Richards. Of the Fantastic Four. So Kang and Reed Richards in the comics was smarter than Tony Stark. So.
Fuck. I'm really curious to see what I really don't know much about Kang. So like.
I don't know much about. I know that. What I told you, that's all I know. That's all I know about Kang. That's it. That he can, you know, manipulate the multiverse. There's so many versions of him out there that you kill one, there's another version out there who's gonna, like, you know, as we saw in Loki. You kill one, and here comes one in Quantumania who has like worse intentions.
Goddamn.
Yeah, it's.
Fuck, that's gonna be really cool. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Oh,
Because
I gotta watch 10 Rings. I gotta watch 10 Rings, man.
Multiverse Saga is gonna be this. So.
Yeah, I think. I wonder, man. I wish. Secret, like. Okay, this is me just thinking about the future of the MCU, like way future. How do you get big? How do you get bigger? Like, how do you get bigger from Endgame? Oh, fucking multiverse, right?
Bro,
you go from
like,
you go from the universe to the fucking multiverse, right?
Yeah.
How do you get bigger? How do you get bigger in the multiverse? You can't.
Bro, you can't. But also, let's not forget that like the multiverse is only like.
Well, you can
one
get bigger
part
with
of
it.
We could definitely. Yeah, we definitely.
You can't. Like
Star Wars with it, bro.
fuck out of here. Like.
Oh my god, no.
Like,
So,
okay, I don't know, like, okay, so like, one of the like Galactus has to be a big, like Galactus has to be a team up movie.
Has to be.
But like, in the grand scheme of things, Galactus isn't shit in the multiverse.
Yes, but also like at some point, like, and now this is like an illusion. Okay, so I don't know if this is the case, right? But you remember how we had like that like huge branch that kind of exploded, right? Into like different multiverses of things happening, right? I think there might be the reverse happening where all of them will collide into one.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
no, yeah. It's gonna be
So, like,
Secret Wars.
So like,
It's gonna be
you know,
you're gonna have your different variants fighting each other or whatever for survival to be the last
Yeah.
timeline. Yeah.
So I think that like again I don't know much about Secret Wars, so but I know that like from what we saw in Loki
Fucking great.
was like, you know, we saw that scene where all of them explode into like different universes, like the multiverse really goes out of control to like we might have the reverse happening at some point, you know, and so at that point the multiverse means jack shit, you know, because it's essentially we have to
Oh,
care about-
you think the whole multiverse will be destroyed and there'll only be one universe again?
yeah, exactly.
They'll
Maybe. That's a
pull.
theory.
Well, okay, so here's what I don't know if you guys kept up with the CW show, Arrow, Flash, all that stuff. So in on Crisis Infinite special, whatever, the special event like that was their Endgame event.
Yeah.
What ended up happening was all the different universes were dying off. There was a character killing off the multiverse, right? What ended up happening was they defeated the bad guy, obviously, but the multiverse, there was only one timeline left. There was that timeline, but one universe left was that universe, but that's what the characters thought. But then also at the end you see different universes out there, like you still saw Stargirl out there, you saw other characters out there from other universes. What happened was the way the multiverse and how you travel between them changed, and no one figured out how. So there was still multiverse, but the laws of the universe changed.
Okay.
So they could do something like that, maybe. I don't know.
They could I think something like that would be.
So like,
Interesting.
but only issue with that is Spider-Man. Spider-Man has his own special multiverse rule thing with the web.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but yeah, Madam Web is gonna deal with that. But yeah, I really do. I think somehow those three items those two items are connected with Kang. Do you think Kang wants a 10? You know what? I wonder if the 10 rings are and the bangle are gonna be like the MacGuffin of the multiverse saga, like the stones were. Like maybe after the rings and the stone, or the rings and the bangle.
Or there's a third item out there.
Something. And Scott has to get it from in Quantumania. Maybe Scott gets it for him, and then like he realized how fucked we are, and that's the rest of the phase or whatever. It's gonna be like them trying to prepare for Kang. What the fuck was that naked?
The Pepe run.
God damn it.
Yeah, so I gotta run. So
See ya, bro. See ya, man.
Have a good one. Yeah, I'm not sure. Honestly, like I know the 10 rings. I have more faith that the 10 rings is that instead of the bangle. I don't know the momentum of Ms. Marvel, like what it's leading into. like at least with Shang-Chi, I can like see that maybe it might have to do with something regarding Eternals, maybe Celestials. If it's the quantum realm, I think that theory that like the signal was something that happened in Quantumanium, like I can see that being the case. But I have more faith that that's the case than Miss.
So if I mean, obviously, the Bengals obviously connected to the 10 rings. They wouldn't just have them in the same area where the 10 rings building temple is. Like they got related somehow. So let's say they are related, right?
Yeah.
You said we don't know where Miss Marvel is leading up to. The Bengal made her switch places with when made all the Marvel, Marvel character, Miss Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and so, and we know
we
Monica.
don't know about Monica Rambeau. It just switched with...
No, yeah, they revealed that they all got switched. Like Monica Rambeau is where, so I think Miss Marvel is where Kamala is at. Kamala is where I think Monica Rambeau is at. And Monica is something, I forgot what it is. I don't know, something like that. They all got switched. So Monica were both connected somehow through whatever she went through in WandaVision, which was when she went through the alternate reality that Wanda made, which is technically another universe, another timeline.
Yes.
So
yeah, you're right.
Her powers connected to Miss Marvel's powers, which was the Tesseract. Which is also connected to Kamala's bangle, which might be connected to 10 rings.
Maybe.
I don't know. So weird.
That's what I'm saying. The 10. I don't want to make speculation because I just don't. I really have no.
You're just a hater. You're a hater. You're a hater, Miss Marvel. It's okay.
No, I just don't have a clear picture as to what the.
He's a hater.
I mean, part of me's a hater. I'm not gonna lie.
You're a fucking hater. You leave her the fuck alone. You leave her alone, all right?
But
me and Jay had a bonding when we were watching that together. Right?
We were. We were bonding.
we were like, at the beginning, I was just like, that's just so fucking dumb. And then over time, I was just like, all right, I bought it.
Yeah, it's a good feel good, family show, man. It's like very family oriented. Once you realize the show isn't for you, is like it's more for like high school kids. Like okay, you change your mindset watching. Okay, it's like a high school movie. I mean, you get the mindset of a high school kid. Like oh, it's actually pretty fun. That's why I kind of enjoy She-Hulk, where others don't. I enjoy She-Hulk because like I saw for it was like I'm gonna get into this mindset and I'm gonna enjoy it. And it was fun.
Yeah. No, yeah. I like it. I like Miss Marvel. Like I really don't hate any of every like. I don't hate any of the mediums. I just personally, Miss Marvel is just the weakest one to me by story standards. Like,
I get it.
Because I just would have liked.
Oh no, for me, Kate Bishop was like.
All right. I wonder
if
that
being the case. Yeah, I can see that being the case. But I
think
Kate Bishop was.
I wonder if there's. Let me see something.
That's fair. That's a fair assumption. If I could shit on Miss Marvel, I think Kate Bishop can get shit on as well. That's fine. Even though I mean,
Hawkeye was there. Hawkeye was there, but then I was just like, fuck, who the fuck's this Kate Bishop?
Yeah.
All right, I think I found. I bet. Here we go. Well, since we're here, how about we'll end it one last session and we'll do one of these. Let me post it here. Where's the chat? Fuck, where's chat? Here we go. Oh god, now I gotta show that fucking weird ass TikTok thumbnail stream. Oh god. Don't worry about this weird shit Matt posted, fucking weirdo.
It was funny though.
Alright. You guys wanna do this?
We're doing a tier list. Okay.
Alright. I posted in the chat. Alright. Are we gonna go like project to project, or we're just gonna do it by ourselves, like in our head? We're just gonna.
Let's do it separately, and then fucking and then reconvene. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
That like makes the most sense, right?
All right. Well, I'm gonna mute myself then, and I'm gonna stream. I gotta do this. Here's what we. All right. So, let me see what we got here. How's it look on stream? It looks stupid. This is fine. All right. Actually, let me unmute. I'm deafened.
No, you can't. Oh, wait, is he streaming? He's streaming.
Yeah, he's streaming his own tier list, bro. We see your stream, bro.
What what do you mean? What?
No, I mean we can see because we're pulling up your stream. We can see your tier list, bro. So you can just stay on and like just do your tier list, like.
Oh no, I'm mute myself. I just want to talk to chat. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Or,
the chat
it doesn't matter.
What are you talking about?
Hey, all right. Let me see. She-Hulk. I gotta establish what's my favorite first. I gotta establish that.
Okay, you're gonna do your favorite.
Bro, I'm gonna get fucking arrested for my list.
That's for sure. I'm gonna go with that one. This one.
I'm gonna get roasted, bro.
Hold on. Huh? I should be full screen this bitch. Fuck it. Actually, here, let's do this.
Let's see.
Oh fuck, I can't do that now. All right. I need to add another lure. I don't know.
Wait, do they have the specials here too, or no? Oh, they do.
It's F, right? The A S A B C. It's F tier, right?
I'm not doing F tier.
I'm doing F tier. I'm doing F tier. Something belongs F tier somewhere. I'll find one. Add row below.
Out of all these, I only haven't seen one thing, and it was Werewolf by Night.
So good.
Dude,
So
you
good.
gotta watch
It's so good.
I'll tell fucking Jay to watch Shang-Chi, bro. That shit's been out for like a decade.
Yeah, you should actually watch. Yeah, that's on YouTube, bro.
You don't support Asian lives, dude.
This guy. Oh my
Hey, yo.
god. Hey yo, chill.
Asian lives, man.
Chill, bruh. Elite row. A B. Damn it! Why am I getting? Oh, cool. I keep fucking up my fucking thing. A B C D. How do I add a row? Okay, F tier. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, cool. All right. A B. No, I'm missing a C tier. What the fuck?
Just right click, add.
Huh? Right click.
Add a row below.
Add a row below, right? So make it C. Or do I just? Oh, I see. I see what's going on. I'm a fucking idiot. Okay. Boom. I see what I was doing. I'm a fucking jackass. Alright. Alright, cool. That is 2 C's now. Fuck. D. Alright, cool. Alright. I'm gonna put Shang-Chi Eternals. Actually, I'm gonna add another round. Did not watch.
If you haven't watched them.
True.
Wait, so you haven't watched Eternals yet?
Nah, I haven't watched that one either.
You don't have to. You honestly don't.
I want to though. I'm hearing mixed reviews. I'm hearing it's very underrated. And I'm hearing it's terrible. I have to watch it.
Anything?
No, I don't care.
Because a Celestial literally comes out of planet Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sitting here going like, when was this really time frame wise? Because we watched Miss Marvel, we watched all this shit.
Eternals happened. Eternals happened right after Endgame. Literally a few weeks after Endgame.
Okay, because
nobody
acknowledges it.
I know. It's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, this is tough, dude. Fuck.
I think mine is pretty solid, actually. So
this is so hard. What the fuck? This is so hard for me. Fuck. This was pretty enjoyable. This was good. I like it there. This I'll put it here. What if? I don't know, man. Okay, just more than that. Yeah, okay. Miss Marvel. WandaVision, definitely. Alright, there. Ah, fuck, Loki season 1. Shit. Okay, I think I'm done with mine.
yeah, I think I'm good with mine.
Alright. Alright, you guys want to see mine? Or no, actually, let's go with Matt first. Let's roast Matt first.
We can do Matt first, yeah.
Let's
Let's roast me first. All right.
Yeah. I'm still kind of changing mine. I'm not entirely sure. This is tough.
Where the fuck did I put it? Did I close it?
This motherfucker. Well, if you reopen the link, it should give you the same list back.
Let's just minimize. It just wasn't popping up. All right.
I see this. Huh. Okay. All right. Any comments? I wouldn't put Loki's at S tier, honestly. Or
I enjoyed it. I'm sorry. I just loved it.
I like, holy shit, our S tiers are I only got 2 S tiers, and Wakanda Forever is one of them. But then my second one is not up there.
I don't know. I really enjoyed Doctor Strange. I enjoyed,
You have Thor: Love and Thunder as B tier. What the fuck?
I love the movie visually, but
You liked it better than, wait, do you ever rate it like from B, like left to right, whatever?
yes.
You think you liked it better than fucking Winter Soldier?
They're kind of like a 50-50, bro.
What? That's not even on the same level, bro. Get that. That's why. Remember I said that there's one that deserves F tier. That's that one right there.
What?
Thor: Love and Thunder. That was an F tier movie for me, bro.
It wasn't?
Oh, fuck, it's so bad. They butchered. They had such a good storyline to work with, and they fucking made it so stupid. Anyways,
I mean, gods are killable, right?
Everything was a joke. Everything, like, what I liked about Wakanda Forever, obviously there was different circumstances because of the real situations, but it let the movie be sad. It was a sad movie. It was very emotional, and they let it be sad. It was a sad situation. Thor: Love, you're dealing with fucking people killing gods, and it's just like, ha ha ha, lol. Same with Ragnarok, but Ragnarok at least it was funny. This was just, it was kind of like, I felt like Thor: Love and Thunder was a kind of forced humor, like a lot more forced than usual.
Yeah, what's his name, son, in it?
Hercules?
No. Heimdall's son.
Yeah, that CGI was kind of, but anyways, that's my opinion though. I mean, I know people who enjoy it as well. I know Zobat enjoyed it, so.
I mean, I loved it visually. Visually was nice. Storyline was kind of meh, but like.
Visually it was nice. Visually it was very nice. I like Lady Thor was nice having Jane Foster back. That was cool. You have any comments, Zobat?
No. I mean, honestly, his there's a we agree on some of these tiers. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's crazy. So mine's probably the totally different one then.
Yeah. Me and him have a couple of the tiers that are pretty close together. So,
Okay.
flips here and there, but we're really close.
Okay, you know what? I'll share mine then, so you guys can roast me.
No, I want to see Zobats first.
Yeah,
Okay,
all right. I can go first. And then
Okay, all right.
Okay. So, pull up mine real quick.
Matt was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get roasted." No, I'm gonna get roasted.
So this is mine.
Okay. Oh,
I'll go. So these. Okay, so we'll go from bottom to top, and this is only right to left. So right means the bottom of the tier, and the left is the top of the tier.
Oh, left. Yeah. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. All right.
Okay. So bottom 2 for me. Eternals, fucking dog shit. Like Eternals is like absolutely the worst. Like I mean,
it introduced the Celestials. That's about
it. Does.
It
It
about
does.
it.
But
As a film, it sucks apparently.
yeah, as a film, it's really bad. The Celestials are dope, but the film, it's really bad. Black Widow also sits there. It's only carried by Yelena. That's why it's there. It's at the top, like of D, just because Yelena was so fucking good. Miss Marvel, for me, it sits right there. It's like, it's not great, it's not bad. You know, it sits in C tier. I'm like, okay, cool. It's its only thing. The B tier is the same as fucking very close to Matt's on this one. It's got Falcon, Winter Soldier, Thor, and Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye personally is the better. Like these three can be exchangeable on any given day, depending. Like I think sometimes Falcon, Winter Soldier is like up here in the front, but for now, I think it sits like right.
Maybe I'm just biased because I love the character. I love Sam Wilson, Captain America. Maybe I'm just biased, I guess.
Is so fucking good. That's why
Sam is great. Sam is great. It's just. Yeah.
I think the rest of the storyline regarding like I don't know. It's hard to say because I can interchange any of these three.
The more I think about it, the more I can see why people rank it not as high. I just enjoy Captain America. I enjoy Steve Rogers Captain America. I just enjoy Captain America. Man. I'm a big Captain America fan. I'm a big fan of what Captain America stands for. I guess. Yeah. So.
No, I am too. I just think that the continuity of the entire show, like post blip, there's a lot of potential it had, and that's why it sits like sometimes it flips between these two because Thor: Love and Thunder was definitely really good, and I really enjoyed it. I teared up, especially like when fucking Jane was like sick, and it was a good film. But these three are kind of sometimes exchangeable. Like Hawkeye's obviously a Christmas film. Kate Bishop I really like. She carried just like Yelena carried Black Widow. Kate Bishop really carried a Hawkeye for me, so that's like why it sits like that in those tiers. But B tier is the actual one that's like really interchangeable for me. Like any of these three can be at the top or bottom. Then
Okay.
A tier from bottom to top is like Multiverse of Madness and WandaVision. Like fucking like there's really no qualms with it. WandaVision started off the entire like phase 4. I thought it was great. I thought what they were doing was really awesome, but I think it was better than Multiverse of Madness. Multiverse of Madness is at the bottom mostly because like everything was fucking amazing about it. It's just what they did with
Wanda,
which was a travesty. Yeah, it was a but we know she's not. We know that she's not technically dead because we didn't see her get killed specifically.
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night sits above both of those. Like guaranteed, Werewolf by Night was actually fucking great. Like
so fucking good.
I'll watch it this week.
These three are in the same tier. So like Werewolf by Night, Shang-Chi, and She-Hulk, like I think sit in this cuff because I've seen Shang-Chi twice already. Like I've seen it like
I watched it twice within like 2 days.
Yeah, same thing. I watched it twice. It's fun as shit. It sits in that like realm for me where Werewolf by Night was like really fucking enjoyable, and Shang-Chi was just so fucking enjoyable that I was like, I could watch it again. And She-Hulk's the same thing where it's just fun. It's great. I enjoyed it. I had a great time. It was like was all along for the ride. So these three are kind of like in the top 3 of A tier right now.
Okay.
Loki season 1 there's no explanation. Loki was that fucking good for me. It's really that fucking good. What If was an awesome fucking was just an incredible like little animation that we got, especially considering that like I didn't expect them to do it and they did it anyway. Wakanda Forever, I very comfortably can say Wakanda Forever sits in this fucking tier with me. Like this was really one of the best ways to end the series. And yeah, we didn't get any end credit stuff for like Quantumanium or whatever, but it was a really, really good fucking movie.
Oh, we even talk about fucking T'Challa.
Yeah,
his son.
Yep.
Like,
but
I think that was their way of recasting. Like now we have a T'Challa who may be a mutant now because maybe he was born while his dad was was Black Panther. So maybe he might be a mutant now with that. Maybe he may have been born with a mutant gene, then that maybe activate like it did for
but
Namor.
when do you tie him in? Because he's like what? He's 5, 6.
He's like 6 years old. Time jump, maybe Secret Wars. He like by the time Secret Wars happens, like I don't know. Secret Wars could happen years ahead. You know what I mean? Marvel's in a 5-year time jump. That's a big time jump, but they did it before. They won't be afraid, and they could bring him. He might be one of the new young Avengers. Who knows? But I want to see Shuri as Black Panther a little longer. I want a good long, but yeah. Sorry.
I think top 3 S tier. My favorite of the series: Wakanda Forever, No Way Home, Moon Knight. That's hands down top 3.
Okay.
Like She-Hulk She-Hulk was really good, and I love She-Hulk. It sits at the top of A tier. I think when I look at everything else, like S tier, like we're talking like really, really good, like mediums, like really good, like kept me on my seat. Like it's kind of why WandaVision is so, I could put like Wanda up here, maybe in S tier sometimes, but I think it's because the way it ended was a little weird. It's not that it was bad, right? But because they toyed around with the idea, like WandaVision, they didn't even have the Fox license, right? So they couldn't really explicitly use the mutants, right? And like they kind of toyed around with it, and I feel like they were so close, and yet that's the only reason it hit its mark, or like not as well. WandaVision was like
you gotta remember, as of right now, mutants aren't even a thing the surface world knows. Only Namor calls us a mutant. So
but I'm saying like the potential, like
she works like a mutant because the Scarlet Witch was born out of the gem. The gem activated her dormant powers, activated her X gene.
So like that's the reason why this S tier is the way it is because WandaVision, and no fault of its own, squandered the potential of introducing mutants, but it's not their fault. But that's why it sits so low, because it would have been in S tier. But like She-Hulk is definitely an enjoyable film. Loki, What If are like bottom of S tier because they're just so fucking good. And Loki, gives us like Kang, it gives us fucking like a redemption of Loki himself, especially like a new multiverse version of him. And then Wakanda Forever, No Way Home, and Moon Knight are kind of self-explanatory. Like, come on, WandaVision was that fucking good. I know Wakanda Forever was that fucking good. No Way Home was like, it was so fucking good. There's no words for how fucking good it was. And Moon Knight was just like, Moon Knight's my favorite fucking thing, like hands down. That's just what it is, like for me. So that's kind of how I say. I just can gush about these 3. Like these 3 are really, really fucking good. So
yeah. Man, I'm a little nervous about mine now. Shit. All right.
Yeah. I want to see yours now. Let's go.
All right.
Post the shit out of you on this one. Let's see.
All right, so.
Oh, this is terrible.
F tier. I'm sorry. Thor: Love and Thunder was fucking terrible for me. I'm sorry. The only redeeming quality of Thor, like the only reason why I recognize it as a fucking project, I added F tier just for Thor: Love and Thunder because it's like a project to me. But I did like Lady Thor. She was cool. I just like it. The tones didn't match for me. It was like serious situation, but everything was jokey. Gore the God Butcher. We should have got more of him. Christian Bale did great as him. We didn't get enough of him. Another fucking villain wasted in the Marvel universe. Another great actor wasted in the Marvel universe because they killed him off. So yeah, and then yeah, we get her because it's cool. But like Gore the God Butcher was badass. Christian Bale was badass. Like
He was badass.
Yeah, I wish
like. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was just don't they, like what's coming out from there is Love, I guess, the chick who has the power of what infinity, I think it is, or is it infinity?
Maybe.
Was it who was it just infinity? Which I'm excited. I'm interested how that's gonna work because like that's a very powerful being. He is above like everybody in the MCU. Like he is probably second below to the one above all. So yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, that'd be interesting. Black Widow was just not a strong film. It's a shame. We should have got this movie years ago, but you know, Ike Perlmutter was a fucking asshole. But yeah, it could have been so much better. But yeah, you don't live in Nova.
It was a bad fucking film.
You don't know carried it. I'm looking forward to seeing her in Thunderbolts. I'm not sure why Red Guardian's in Thunderbolts. I'm not like Red Guardian was cool, but like, whatever. She-Hulk. So my C tier there shows that like I actually really enjoyed. Like it, you know, like my D tier I watched it and I enjoyed just because it was just Marvel. Like I enjoyed it because it was Marvel, but it was really that good. F tier I struggled to get through
fucking.
Yeah, She-Hulk. I just like the theme of. I like the troll of the incel community. Like they literally predicted how the community would react, and then fucking put it in the show, and it just worked out fucking great real time. It was just great real time.
They predicted it, bro.
They
Like,
predicted.
They wrote this shit long ago, and they still figured it out. Like,
Dude,
that's crazy.
That's yeah. It was great. I love I love that. I love the message they sent there. I like that it's if you go into it expecting a Marvel, your typical Marvel show, you're gonna be upset. You're gonna be disappointed. Because even from the get, it was pitched as a comedy, comedy lawyer movie, kind of like The Office type of thing. You know what I mean? But lawyers. So you went to if you went to it with that mindset, then we were cool. It was fun. They kept true to her character. She broke the fourth wall continuously. She fucking literally pulled her in the comics where she tore out a page and go talk to the writers or whatever, go change something.
Yep.
So that was cool. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I wouldn't put it past.
Can't speak to Kevin.
Yeah, one day they fixed that now. Not Deadpool can't do it.
Deadpool's gonna find a way, bro.
You think that Deadpool won't do it, bro? He'll do it. Come on now. Deadpool does anything. You know.
I just remember the TVA might be in Deadpool, but
Interesting.
yeah,
That's good.
I think interesting. But yeah, so She-Hulk to me was enjoyable, but it's not one of the best ones, but I really liked it. Daredevil, Chef Kiss. Daredevil was so good. Miss Marvel, I think for me it was just I'm a very touchy, emotional guy, man. I just like the family stuff. You know what I mean? It just made me feel good.
This man has the same. I have Miss Marvel in C tier as well. What the fuck, yo?
But
man roasted me about it.
Yeah, but you're talking negatively about it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's so bad. But I enjoy
We're
it.
in the same tier, bro. What are you talking about?
No,
we have Miss Marvel in the same tier.
But you talking, but you talking negative. I'm like, I have it. Like, I don't know. All right. Shut up. All right. Hawkeye.
What's that word? Contradicting?
Yeah.
It's the way you phrase Miss Marvel, right? Where you think it's the weakest thing.
Same fucking tier.
No, same tier.
You saw my list. Eternals is at the bottom, bro.
I know.
It's one of the weaker pieces of medium, but Eternals is legitimately awful movie.
I have not watched that yet. I have not watched that yet.
It's so bad. It's bad. It's.
Right.
I mean, you'll get through it, but like you'll be like, dude, what the fuck? That
Hear my, like, real quick. Just listen to how, like, I'm saying Miss Marvel's the weakest. Eternals is actually fucking bad. That's, like,
Eternals is a bag of shit on fire, bro.
Bro, it's just fucking bad. It's just bad, bro. Like, being weak is actually a good thing with this whole list because of how awful Eternals is. Black Widow is like, Black Widow by itself is like after I actually put it even lower in my mind because after you had talked to me about the Taskmaster situation, like how that happened, and like the comparison of like everything, I actually put it even lower because when I had a conversation with you, but Eternals still sits worse than that, bro. Eternals is actually just straight up bad. Being weak is a good thing.
I stopped to watch. I stopped to watch that, so I don't know.
I'm skimming through the Eternals trailer right now, and I'm like, dude, I don't remember. Like, I'm watching the trailer, and I remember this stuff.
I read it's terrible,
movie,
and I've read that it's very underrated, so I have to watch for myself and see. But okay, Eternals.
Eternals? Yeah. Underrated? Who's lying? They are lying. That I'm in the same boat, bro. I can't think of a single thing. I can remember Angelina Jolie was in love with the other guy, and I remember Icarus and like two other characters. That dude, I don't.
Yeah, she was in love with the Asian guy, right? Yeah.
Bro, yeah, no, like I fucking dude, that Eternals is dog shit. But you continue anyway. I want to continue to finish this thing because Eternals is dog water, bro.
I feel the same way about Thor: Love and Thunder. Anyways,
Harry Styles shows up at the end. Let's not step over the fact that Harry Styles showed up and he's a Marvel character. This shit is ass, bro.
He's actually Thanos' brother.
That's the worst part, bro.
He's Star Fox. That's Daniel's brother.
Fucking bro. Ass.
Okay. We got finished up soon, guy. I gotta take my son to school soon here. So, so Hawkeye, great. I like it. Christmas movie. I really enjoyed it. You know, I mean, this here, they're just good movies. They're good projects. I enjoyed them. I could probably watch them again. Right, Moon Knight was phenomenal. I just don't have it ranked higher than these guys, but really good show.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
What if I enjoyed that feeling of like the Avengers coming together again, but at a different setting, which was here we had like a whole bunch of separate projects kind of, and then they all came together at the end. It was like, oh cool, the Avengers but the multiverse. You know what I mean, that was cool.
I wish we had Gamora, dude. The fact that they didn't get that one filmed.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be for season 2 though.
That sucks.
Multiverse of Madness, I loved Wanda as a villain. I thought it was really good. Sam Raimi did a great job.
Yeah.
But WandaVision still, I think did better. I enjoyed WandaVision just was structured better. I just enjoyed the show.
Dude, episode by episode is like,
yeah,
it's probably the most tense Marvel had ever been.
Yeah, to that point.
It was just like to that point. It was.
Yeah.
So,
It compares to Andor, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
actually.
it does. Yeah.
It really fucking does. Actually,
It does. Yeah. Loki was really good, dude. Just the multiverse and the different, that shit was crazy. It was just really loud. which obviously Loki would do, right? He's narcissistic. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. I guess I'm just a fucking big fan of Captain America, Sam and Steve. So I just really enjoyed it.
No,
I enjoyed. I enjoyed seeing.
The super serum stuff is nonsense.
Yeah, I just enjoyed seeing Sam take on the mantle, and finally, you know, you have that representation. You know, a black Captain America, man. It's crazy. It's wild. It's crazy, man.
But he's not the first one.
No, he's not. But he's like, but it's just great. And yeah, Werewolf by Night, I put S tier. This is my S tier, but Werewolf by Night I thought was that fucking good. Like S tier for me. It was just really fucking good. The black and white, it's, I don't want to say too much. You have to watch it, dude. It's really fucking good. It's like I said, to that point, I thought it was the best Phase 4 project. Like No Way Home, to me, it's I rate higher than Werewolf by Night just because of the nostalgia factor. But even if you take away the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, you still get a really good Spider-Man film. You get you get the
end of his origin story.
Not only that, but you just a lot of character development. Like Homecoming was, he was still a kid. He was trying to figure out, you know, how to be a hero, how to do things on his own, right? Far From Home deals with like him, kind of like how Far From Home for me was the weakest one Spider-Man film, I think. I'm not a fan of it.
I mean,
but no, that was good. But as far as the whole film, I don't know. No Way Home dealt with, like, he was still mature, but after this movie, he matured a lot. Like, he was still like a very immature kid. Like, he didn't even fucking call the administration office see if he can get accepted. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know shit.
No Way Home is
him, like, growing up.
It's him growing
I
up.
mean, he lost his mentor.
He lost his mentor. He loses his fucking his mother figure, and oh man, obviously, and then freaking like, and not only that, like
he loses everything.
He loses so fucking much, and by the end of it, he still learns about being the hero and like taking everything and just fucking like. Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
No Way Home takes the last two movies and makes into one big origin story, whereas now this is Spider-Man we know from the comics. He knows about the great power comes with great responsibility. He knows how much his actions weigh on what's going on. Whether he knows his identities should be kept secret, like very, very kept secret by a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it's just he recognizes that, like, that Aunt May dying doesn't mean that don't let her death be in vain.
Yeah.
like, you know, same way.
Let vengeance consume you.
There you go. Which brings me to Wakanda Forever, which I have my top one. It's just, as I said earlier, I'm a very emotional, I'm a very sensitive guy. You know what I mean? So like, just T'Challa's passing really, it made the movie so. It's such a great movie, and I hate that the whole like, oh, you know, the agenda of making, you know, women taking over Marvel, and they use Wakanda Forever as an example. And it's like, it's a movie about the supporting cast who were the same supporting cast in the first one. The only difference is Chadwick's not there because he's dead. So it's just the same characters just mourning over T'Challa. And
the movie is legitimately breaking every tradition that we have normally been used to. It has a female lead. It's breaking the tradition of, like, you know,
it has a female lead.
Grief that we were feeling in all of this stuff. Fucking the passing of fucking Steve Rogers in Falcon Winter Soldier, the Jane in fucking Thor, Love and Thunder. It's like there's so much grief in these fucking in all of this medium, and like it's just good.
It's so good.
It's really that good. It's really that good.
Yeah, for me it's my favorite movie in Phase 4, and
I'm just glad they didn't recast, bro.
I'm really glad to.
I love how they kind of like did, like, because now we can still get the T'Challa story if we want. We can still get T'Challa and Storm if we want now. Like before we couldn't get that because we had Nakia and T'Challa, but now you have our brand new T'Challa who can grow up, and we can get a brand new Storm who can grow up at the same time, and they can go into adults and, you know, maybe the same age, and we can get that story of T'Challa marrying Storm like in the comics, and they were like a power couple. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my god, I never thought about that. Yeah, you're right. We could get something like that.
Well, yeah, we can get that, and I just, Wakanda Forever just brings in another culture to the MCU with the Mayans, and I like what they're doing with it. They hired, you know, that what's his name? I can't say his name. Namor.
Yeah.
They hired him. They casted him, and he's such a people for his community, and just Wakanda Forever for me is number one. And it's not just because the film itself, it's just what it means to me, and what it means to a lot of people besides the film. You know what I mean? And then also, I like that it has like it gave the women the lead role, but it also didn't like emasculate the men. Like M'Baku was a man. Like he was that dude, bro. Like he became king. So like nothing says like you were that dude. If, you know, nothing says more than you became king. Yeah. Shuri was a badass, right? But the only reason why we focus more on Shuri because it was her story. But I'm pretty sure if we got M'Baku's point of view, he could be a lead for that role. We could probably make Wakanda Forever again as an M'Baku story. But we could probably make an M'Baku movie off of Wakanda Forever, and it'll be pretty good. Probably not just as good, but it'll be pretty good as an M'Baku story. The same thing's happening, except we see from M'Baku's perspective. It could have been good.
Yeah, just him in the mountains on the internet.
Cool.
They call him Cook ul Khan.
They call nah. His people do not call him king or general. They call him a cool Khan, the feather serpent god. Yeah, that's the actual thing, bro. You know that's the actual thing.
That's so fucking
Cool Khan. Yeah.
It's crazy. Fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
Boom. Feather serpent.
The feathered serpent god. Jesus Christ.
Yep. And then you wonder where they get the fucking the you know their version of Wakanda Forever. They get it from Mayan paintings. A lot of the paintings they have like a lot of like the powerful like god and goddesses that they're doing that greeting.
The hand. Yeah, you're right.
So
This Wakanda Forever really just is rich with fucking.
You want to go through
culture,
history?
man.
If you want to teach history, just teach it through Marvel, dude.
Dead ass. Fucking Wakanda Forever is such a good fucking movie, man. It's so fucking good.
like, I wish I could show. Yeah, I'm not sure what the hand gesture. I don't think they never. I don't think they ever deciphered what that meant, but they saw that a lot of opinions. Like we could use that as the, and that wasn't Marvel. That was a cast of Wakanda Forever that they said we should use that as their greeting. Because that wasn't a Ryan Coogler's call. That was the actor's call to do that.
That's such a fucking.
Yeah.
Fucking cool. He's so fucking cool. Like I'm sorry. Like,
And the
Wakanda Forever
movie's
is such a good fucking movie.
ah, man. Ooh, cool God.
God.
I wonder if the way they could say it. Like I wonder how Google says it.
Come on, you know, Kukula Khan.
How you do the
Text to speech.
text to speech?
Or word translate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just do like word translate and just type that in.
That'll work.
They'll just like do that to like English.
Not working.
You just type in just fucking like Google Translate, bro.
Let me check this.
Cook a la Khan. That's so good, like.
So hit the X and just type it in the enter text. There you go.
Kukulkan.
Oh hell no. Oh hold on, wait, in Latin. Hold on, Latin.
Kukulkan.
Kukulkan. So English just says
Kukulkan.
Kukulkan. But the way
I didn't realize we were a Star Trek, dude.
the way it's actually the way it's pronounced in Latin is
Kukulkan.
Kukulkan or Kukulkan.
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 I swear to God, this fucking.
Hey, Tamer like the Eternals.
It's still a trash. You can like. Here's the thing. You can like these films. It's okay. Like everybody and anybody can like the films. Like I like more certain films over other ones. But like I just Eternals just for me Eternals felt like the most cash grabby. Like it just put in a bunch of like really famous actors in it.
Yeah, true.
Like tried to make this weird like Icarus storyline where she's like forever young but is in love with like the main guy who is God knows what it is, like basically Superman essentially. Like
Icarus?
fucking, is it Icarus? I don't know. It's one of
Sound like Icarus.
I don't fucking remember, dude. The movie is legitimate, and then like Harry Styles shows up at the end. It's like, what the fuck movie ever again?
See, to me, when we Thor: Love and Thunder, my least favorite F tier for me, bro, it was just they wasted fucking Christian Bale's villain. That was such a great villain. If you know the Gore God Butcher story in the comics, it's so fucking good, and they fucking wasted it.
Well,
They wasted the potential of seeing fucking Gore just fucking kill, bro. What I wanted to see, bro, I wanted to see Gore. You know where they were on Olympus, or whatever they were, they're having that meeting with all the gods. I wanted Gore to go in there and just slaughter a whole bunch of the motherfuckers, just kill a whole bunch of guys in that room. Just go in there, like, and just like kill her, kill what's his face, kill Zeus, kill all other gods. You know what I mean? Obviously, leave like some of them alive, like Bosk and shit like that. Obviously, you need them alive for Black Panther. But I just want to see fucking Gore just butcher a whole bunch of guys, and then
Of course, the only thing that he needed to get to, that one place was fucking Thor's hammer axe.
Right, I forgot. Yeah, that was so fucking stupid. It was such a. I hated it. I fucking hated it. It was dumb. I'm sorry.
That's fair, but that's always my problem, which is why Thor: Love and Thunder is B tier for me. That's always my problem with Marvel, like villains.
Like, bro,
Is that
if you
all of them die.
do
Like every single one of them's like fucking dies. Like we lost Ultron. Like
I wouldn't.
They fucking die.
You
don't have to kill them all.
I wouldn't have an issue with them killing Gore the God Butcher if we got more of him in the movie. We really got Gore the God Butcher. Like I wanted, and there was never like that one badass scene for him where he actually kills a god. Like
yeah, it was just the beginning where he
Yeah,
becomes.
yeah. I
We
want
chucked
like,
that guy for the
yeah,
apple thing.
yeah. I want, like I said, I want him to fucking be a badass and go into the fucking area. Like, what I thought was gonna happen was literally, I thought he would go in there and kill all the gods or kill most of the gods, and like some of them were escape with their lives. Like,
I thought some of the when I saw the trailer, I thought some of the gods were going to come with Thor and fight him. And
that
of
would
course,
that would have been cool too. Like, imagine you're in battle with him,
But
you
then
see
have
fucking
but then
Zeus
you have a
die.
fucking kingdom. You have a kingdom of gods where they're like, oh, dude, we're fine. You can't get here.
Yeah, see,
And then Thor's over here like, yeah, you can. And he was like, no.
nah.
you can't.
See,
You need-
I would have loved, like, they could have kept that same theme, right? And then have Gore just show up like, hey, bitch, I'm here, what's good? And then fucking kill a bunch of them. Like, yo, you can't escape him, you have to kill him. Like, oh my god, I would just love to see fucking Gore just. They just wasted a good like, if it's gonna be a serious movie, let it be serious. Like Wakanda Forever, it was an emotion movie. There was no like, there was some comedic moments, but it was at the expense of a sad moment. Like if it was a sad moment, they let it be sad. And Ragnarok and a lot more in Love and Thunder, they didn't let a serious moment be like, bro, fucking Korg died, or we thought he died, and like, it's a joke, ha ha ha. It's like, okay, well, like, let it be a serious moment. Like, don't do something serious and double back into a joke. I'm not a fan. Every single time, it was a, I don't know.
That's a fair thing, because I just hate when they kill off. I just fucking hate when they kill off the fucking villains. Like,
I mean, Ultron's not dead.
Ultron could be alive
Ultron
somehow.
can come back.
Yeah.
What if?
I mean, look, we have like, technically we can still have Dormammu, right? Dormammu's technically not dead, right? He just
the chick you saw was Dormammu's daughter.
who
Doctor
what?
Strange, no, Dormammu, the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, the chick at the end.
Really?
I think she either Dormammu's daughter or granddaughter. Yes, and they were going
Wait,
into
the chick that like came up to.
Came out the
mm-hmm.
thing.
And if you saw, they were going to the dark dimension. That area they were jumping into the dark dimension. So Dormammu was definitely coming back.
Oh, okay. So we have Dormammu who's still alive, right? That's great, awesome. But I want that.
Well,
to
I mean, he never
continue to
died.
happen.
He just made a bargain with.
He just made a bargain.
You can't really kill Dormammu. I don't think you can, but like.
But that's the thing. I feel like people just need to, or Marvel needs to be okay with allowing their villains to just survive. Like, the Marvel issue is that for some reason all the fucking villains die. Like, at first, like you know, fucking the Mandarin, we like, for the longest time everyone was like, oh, that's it, it's like over, like we're not getting this happening anymore, and we were like, we're gonna lose a lot of shit, you know what I mean? But I agree with you. I can see why you're frustrated with that, because they just waste the potential of it, and they don't give us more. I would like for that as well.
Bro, I want to see Gore butcher God. I want to see God I want to see Gore and God butcher God. I mean, you can see that. It was like, okay, like,
yeah,
we heard he killed gods, but we never saw him actually fucking. Like, I wanted to see him, like, I mean, I call me evil sadistic, but I wanted to see him fucking go into wherever they were and just fucking kill Zeus, and have Hercules, you know, come back, whatever. I don't know, man.
I think the scene where, like, Zeus dies would have been so much more effective if it actually was Gore the God Butcher. I really do think that. After, like, hearing you talk about it, like, yeah, I think that would have been so much better, because, like, it doesn't really.
Yeah, I mean, when
Like-
Thor fucking threw his thunderbolt into his chest, I was just like, "You're shitting me, right?"
Yeah, I'm like-
"You're shitting me, right?"
Like, Thor did that? Like, that's kind of what I mean by, like, why I Thor Love and Thunder is great for me. It's a fun, I teared up, it was awesome because Jane Foster, obviously, but, like, when you put it like that, like, yeah, why the fuck wasn't it just Gore? Like, it doesn't make any sense, you know what I mean? It would have been great, and then we just kill off the, like, it's just the obsession with Marvel and trying to end villains in, like, one movie. That's it. It's
Well, I
just-
mean, the only
it's-
way they tie Gore into Thor was because of Thor's axe.
yeah.
I mean, that was the only way to tie it together, because it was like, what does Gore have against anything against?
Against Thor specifically.
He's a god.
Yeah.
He's a god.
Well, yeah, he's a god.
but that's it.
But I mean, like, he can go after Zeus.
Yeah.
He can go after like the most mightiest god of all. But what?
Yeah.
Like, why do you go after Thor? You need his fucking axe.
Yeah,
I just,
that's kind of like.
man, I didn't like it.
Because the Bifrost is like kind of fucked, you know. It's yeah, it's
Not fair.
it's not. Yeah, no, I can totally. It's wasted potential, and any wasted potential is
Like,
unfortunate.
everyone praises Thor Ragnarok, and Taika Waititi was directing for these two movies, but honestly, I just wish he would just let sad moments be sad. Like fucking Asgard blows up in Ragnarok, and it's followed up by like, oh, I guess never mind, ha ha ha. Like, yeah, okay,
Your
Well, I
foundation
mean-
is good.
yeah, like, yeah, it's like
I give him
that
more
was
credit
that
because-
was funny, but like it was just like, dude, Thor just lost his planet. Like,
But here's the thing.
I don't know.
The
Thor-
Asgard is a people, not a place.
You got a point.
Yeah.
No, I think
old
Taika
old
Waititi
Asgard looks a lot more
did-
beautiful than this Asgard. I'll tell you that much.
Like, but I don't know. It's the way I'm gonna defend Taika Waititi on this one because like the original Thor like movies, like so the original two films,
They brought a different
They-
flavor to Thor for sure.
like they were depressing. And like here's the thing, Taika Waititi is making Thor like, yes, it's definitely the more like
Comedic.
in his comedic, like right, and like you gotta think of it in the scope of everything else, right? Like before now, like all the Iron Man shit was fucking like kind of like dark, but not really, but like also like you know what I mean? Like a lot of the other like fucking the first two Thor films were really stupid and dark and fucking ridiculously depressing. Like Avengers was like almost getting there with like a little bit of humor from Tony Stark or whatever, but like a lot of the stuff building up to that is just really sad and just kind of like, and I mean it ends off being sad anyway. And Thor kind of being like a himbo essentially. He's just a himbo. That's really what he is. He's a himbo. Like he's fun. He's awesome. And like his films can be fun. And I like Taika Waititi's direction. I just think I don't blame him for the writing of what happens. Like if he's directing it, and I don't know if he wrote it, but if he did, like okay. But like the direction he's taking Thor is a really welcome one.
Yeah.
We need like lighthearted stuff, right? And I'm okay with Thor being like completely lighthearted, being fun, and like it not taking itself too seriously, because like when we have it gives us a palette of like stuff that is like really interesting. Like Moon Knight's a psychological thriller the whole way through.
Yeah.
Like, you know, imagine if we had that all the fucking time across the entire, like for all of our Marvel stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we need a film that's like, yeah, they wasted potential on
I just-
Thor. That's a Marvel problem, but we need shit that's like lighthearted because
Guardians.
lost Tony.
Guardians was lighthearted.
True, but we lost Tony, and he's our big old like goofball
Yeah.
genius. He's our comedic. We lost him. Like let's just have fucking Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Let him be fucking silly, you know, like let it be kind of fun or whatever, you know. The fucking kids at the end of the scene, like fucking coming up arms and fucking all the Asgardian kids, fucking that girl fighting with the fucking little
Yeah,
toy,
I
knocking the
just
shit out of fucking God knows
dude.
what.
Come, I don't know, man. Like it was just weird. And you know what also pissed me off about Thor: Love and Thunder is, and this isn't Marvel's fault. This is like stupid business issues and copyright issues. I wish Sony would have given the rights to the symbiote, because that sword he was using is a necromancer sword and it uses a symbiote. It's from the symbiotes, and that could have set up like that could have set up Venom in the MCU. That could have set up the symbiote wars or whatever. That could have set up, or that could have set up fucking what's his face the god of the symbiotes. Forget his name.
We can still use symbiotes, right? Can't we?
No, it's specifically a Spider-Man thing. Any character, anything that debuted with Spider-Man is a Sony thing. Spider-Man, like if there's a character that debuted, like if there's like a Spider-Man character that debuted like in another comic, then like I think what's her face, Spider-Woman, I think her name is.
Yeah.
she could be used in the other project because she'd be in a different title. But anything Spider-Man debuted as, stay with Sony.
Oh, that's so dumb. That's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I didn't know that, and now that I know it, like like talking to you and having that revelation of information makes me upset. But that's also why like Thor and Thunder is supposed to be like Love and Thunder is going to be like fucking. It's a fun movie. It's you
Yeah.
have fun watching it, and you just move on from it and not get stressed out about all this.
Pretty much.
Lost, you know.
Pretty much. But yeah, I gotta get off here, so I think we're gonna end it.
Dude, we talked for like what 3 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna watch
I'll go play Pixelmon, but
Wakanda forever again, dude.
I'm about to watch it. They probably don't know. But yep. Wakanda forever.
Forever.
Yeah, it was fun. I'll end it here. It's dope. Yep, ending it here, guys. That was fucking weird. I just see fucking the eggplant and peaches. The fuck.
Sonic doing Fortnite dance. Sonic doing Fortnite dance. Sonic doing Fortnite dance. I don't know
Oh
why.
my god.
Sonic doing Fortnite dance. Yeah.
We just gaming that motherfucker. God damn it. Alright, I'm in stream. Alright. See you stream. Peace out.